championship.
That is Texas Stadium in Irving, Texas, and it's sold out for the match between the Rams and the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys, obviously the home team with their record of 11-1, and the Rams 10-3-1. 71 degrees is the game time temperature, and this, of course, is always a very attractive place to be. Good afternoon. I'm Pat Summerall, and this is Tom Brookshire, and we're just so excited about bat and cleanup because this is the last of the 4 playoff games. We just expect this to be super.
From here, it's on to Minnesota for one of the 2 teams. And the strange feeling I had talking to players, the last couple of days here in Dallas is that they would play it for nothing. And in a world where we're very much cognizant of what the big salaries are, that has nothing to do with it today, believe me.
There is, of course, that always present factor of last year's humiliation in the NFC Championship game by the Cowboys over the Rams, 37-7. They say they don't worry about that, but they do.
They do. The Rams have never won a playoff game on the road, and they must love the Coliseum a lot, but what they don't like probably is foreign turfs and things. Now, this is a rug. This is an artificial rug here at Texas Stadium, and I'll tell you, the Rams just don't play well when they're off natural grass. It'll be interesting to see.
You know, Tom, there's one very unusual statistic that you pointed out to me this morning. The difference in the effectiveness of the 2 Ram running backs, Lawrence McCutcheon and John Cappelletti, on artificial turf. Right now, let's go back to Brent Musburger.
All right, Pat and Tommy, thank you very much. I want to update that story that I touched on briefly. There is the plane that crashed into Metropolitan Stadium in Baltimore 10 minutes after the conclusion of the Baltimore Colts' loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, the first reports are no casualties. The stadium already had been emptied out, so the crowd was on its way home. We're checking on the pilot, and we're going to also find out exactly how many passengers he had in that plane. And again, that happened about 10 minutes after the Pittsburgh Steelers defeated the Baltimore Colts 40-14. We'll update that story now at halftime. Right now, let's go back to Pat Summerall and Tom Brookshire.
All right, Brent, thank you very much. We'll keep you apprised of what happens as soon as we have more information about that plane crash. Right now, we're going to meet the starting lineups for the Los Angeles Rams and the Dallas Cowboys. The Rams, the visiting team, of course, will be first.
Sure makes you realize that pro football is more than just a football game now. It is really total Americana, isn't it?
And here we go with the Ram defense. And this is a guy many of us think should be all pro. This is number 90, Larry Brooks, and what a year he's had.
People have to double him. Therefore, Merlin Olsen and other people get away with a lot of things in the line of scrimmage.
And next, of course, the great one, Merlin Olsen, who has announced that he'll retire. Isn't that what he said to you yesterday?
Yes, and he'll probably come up to the television booth, and he's in his 208th game. Incredible.
A rather loose and free spirit is number 89, Fred Dreyer, the right defensive end.
A great pass rusher and quite an interesting fellow.
And that is putting it mildly. The other defensive end, number 85, a guy who likes to hunt, and a guy who likes to track down quarterbacks, too, Jack Youngblood.
Scary is about the best way to say that about Youngblood.
And the linebackers would be next. Youngblood still jogging out between those Dallas cheerleaders, and I bet he doesn't even see them. Here's Isaiah Robertson.
Could play anywhere on a pro football team from tight end to quarterback. What an athlete.
Great speed for a linebacker, and, of course, the Rams have a good crew behind that defensive line. The hacksaw, Jack Reynolds, number 64. He'll be in the middle.
You've got to have a hard nose, and the Rams really have one.
He looks serious about it, doesn't he?
Always.
On the other side, this is Jim Youngblood, number 53. Took the place of Rick Kay.
No relation.
Kay went out with a knee injury. No relation, as you almost said.
But also scary.
Right. Monty Jackson and the 2 Ram cornerbacks have had super years. Number 28 is Monty Jackson.
10 interceptions playing corner. He's only 5'11".
At the other corner is number 49, Rod Perry.
Defensive back out of Colorado. I guess where all the good defensive backs come from.
There have been some great ones from there. One named Brookshire. Here is Dave Elmendorf. Great baseball player at Texas A&M, and no slouch as a football player.
Smart.
And the other guy who sort of ties things together is number 48, Bill Simpson of Michigan State. He with the red beard and the serious face.
And makes the big interception. He's a key man on the defensive team for the Rams.
And the guy who has done such an outstanding job leading the rest of that team is Chuck Knox. And you look at the rest of the Los Angeles Rams of Carroll Rosenblum.
44 wins in 4 seasons, an average of 11 per for the man you see right there.
And what a fine gentleman he is. And speaking of fine gentlemen, let's go meet some of the Dallas Cowboys, the offensive unit. Big John Fitzgerald, number 62.
And he starts every play. Don't forget that. The shotgun means he's got to snap it.
And you might watch that as the afternoon progresses, because he does it with one hand and does it blind without looking. Here's number 70, the great right tackle, Rayfield Wright, who came up as a tight end.
An earth mover.
The other tackle, the veteran from Oklahoma, number 73, Ralph Neely.
Neely against Fred Dreyer.
Great match. You might see Neely in motion a couple of times today, by the way. From Stanford, number 61, Blaine Nye.
He says everybody recognizes him, but nobody cares.
We care. The other guard, number 68, second-year man Herbert Scott. He and Burton Lawless, number 66, will alternate, and they'll bring in the plays from Tom Landry.
And they can block and they can pull for sweeps.
Off a good year, number 89, Billy Joe Dupree, a deep threat and a good blocker as well.
Gives the team everything he's got, all the time.
Billy Joe, 6'4", 230, at wide receiver. Number 83 is Golden Richard.
The fastest of all Cowboys, but he's got a hamstring. Butch Johnson will be in there if Golden can't go 100%.
Looks like he's ready. He almost jumped to midfield. A clutch man, number 88, Drew Pearson.
Drew Pearson does not put stickum on his hands. For you young players, remember that. He uses what the good Lord gave him.
And he did well by Drew Pearson. Here is number 44, one of the running backs, Robert Newhouse.
Expect to see him on a few screen passes and always under a pile.
Newhouse from Houston. The other starting running back is Preston Pearson, the basketball player.
And he's been missed more than any other Cowboy, perhaps with his injury to the thigh this year.
Who will ever forget the game he had in the NFC Championship last year against Los Angeles? And the quarterback, Roger Staubach, number 12, who have started off this season as well as anybody ever has at that position.
A 10th round draft choice in 1964. And one of the great credits for this game of football, number 12.
And there's Tom Landry and the rest of the Dallas Cowboy football team. Two great organizations, the Rams and the Cowboys, and two outstanding football teams. There's Pat Hayden, the starting quarterback for Los Angeles.
He's got to be the fellow that puts together a great offense. And as Chuck Knox said, it really doesn't make any difference because we have 3 great quarterbacks that can handle a very fine offensive machine. And it just so happens this young man has put it all together for him right when they need it now.
What did he tell you yesterday about his knee?
He said it didn't hurt him at all. The only thing that hurt him was when they put the arthroscope in there to see that it was all right. And that gave him more pain than the injury itself.
So the Rhodes Scholar will start at quarterback for the Rams. And the former Annapolis Navy Heisman Trophy winner goes for the Cowboys. And here come the captain. The referee is Fred Silva. And when he gets ready to toss that coin and tell the captains what's going to happen, we'll switch down and hear what he has to say.
This is a live moment, by the way. You're going to share it right with them.
All right, captains, this is your coin. Heads, tails. It's heads here, tails here. Who's going to call it, please? In the air? Tails. Tails is called. Heads is thrown. What ball? Which way you're standing. Toss is here. Will receive.
You heard the Dallas contingent say, we want the football.
And even the toss of the coin was important. Did you see the Dallas guys clap because they won the toss? I've never seen that before.
Even the coin looked excited. More from Texas Stadium as you look now at Tom Landry, and we'll be back for this good one in just a minute. Dallas cheerleaders are ready. This is Pat Summerall with Tom Brookshire. Tom Dempsey is about ready to kick off. And deep for Dallas, Jim Jensen, number 37, and Butch Johnson, number 86. Tom Dempsey, number 10, to kick it off for Los Angeles. Off the side a little bit. Johnson hustling to get up to it at the 14-yard line. And now he heads back to the middle. Butch Johnson almost lost the football and did lose the football. It belongs to Dallas. Johnson was the last man with possession.
Wow. The main thing is control of the fumbled ball. And the Rams obviously thought they had control. But Dallas gets the hog bladder back right now. What a way to start the game.
Watch it again.
A little bit of trouble getting it underway, and then Butch cuts it straight up, and he's holding the ball so loosely. The ball wasn't hit, but his body swung him around.
Cullen Bryant was the last guy in Ram colors who had a shot at it, but Johnson was the last man with the possession. So it's Dallas first down at their own 43. Going right after it. Screen pass to Pearson, and Isaiah Robertson was right there with it. Good play.
First play of the game. As we said, the Cowboys are not noted for points in the first period, but they know they've got to get them against the Rams. And they have really missed Preston Pearson. The one lone Cowboy, I guess, that didn't come up through the ranks. They picked him up when he was waived by Pittsburgh and looked like he was going through the trees and found a home here.
Scott Laidlaw is one of the running backs as Newhouse went out. Along with Richards. Back to Laidlaw. Nothing doing. Isaiah Robertson again and Fred Pryor.
The only reason that there is a shotgun or a spread, as Tom Landry calls it, with Roger Staubach, is because if everybody knows I've got a pass, Landry feels we might as well be in something that gives my quarterback a fraction of a second to look over the field and pick his own place. And that's what Roger's been doing rather well from the shotgun.
It's going to be 3rd and 5, and perhaps we'll get our first look at it right here. Here he goes. Overthrown. Fred Pryor put the heat on Roger, knocked him down just as he let it go. Rod Perry on the coverage, and it looks like the Cowboys are going to have to punt. Danny White, of course, is their punter.
And that wasn't thrown away. That was just thrown badly.
Deep for the Rams will be Cullen Bryant and Jim Bertelsen. Bertelsen 45 at the right side of your picture. Cullen Bryant the other. Cullen's had a good year running back both kickoffs and punts.
Bryant averages 11 yards a return, which is just short of incredible in this league these days.
Danny White, the punter, is also the backup quarterback. Oh, what a shot this is. And into the end zone. They couldn't quite catch up with it. He rooted that one about 65 yards in the air. This telecast, presented by authority of the National Football League, is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Dallas Cowboys and the National Football League is prohibited. First down for the Rams and their quarterback, Pat Hayden.
And Pat Hayden has never taken up anything that he didn't do extremely well, whether it's books, passing a football, or throwing a frisbee.
And there he is. Bob Klein goes in motion. The give is to John Cappelletti. Cappelletti for about 6 before he's out of bounds on the far side of the field by Cliff Harris.
Remember, the first play is the big play offensively for the Rams. They do not end up 3rd and 8. They want to be about 3rd and 2. Cappelletti gets a good block from Mack and dips outside, and Cappelletti has tailed off a little bit after a great start early in the year.
Ram offensive line has France and John Williams at the tackles, Mack and Hara the guards, and Rich Saul is the center. Cappelletti again. Stopped by Bob Brunig. Not quite enough for Los Angeles first down. Or perhaps it is. Yes, it is. Indication by Fred Silva that when they put it down, he got to the 30. Exactly the 30.
And so the Rams do not face the nickel defense when they bring in perhaps the best athletes they've got, those young fellas off the bench. And the Rams feel if they can face the regular 11 on the line of scrimmage, they can play against this team.
Ram wide receivers are Jesse and Jackson, and they're both split to the right. McCutcheon. Lawrence McCutcheon with trouble from Harvey Martin after he got about 2. A
Charlie Waters was really forcing quickly. Number 41 was across the line of scrimmage before the ball was in McCutcheon's hand.
The Dallas defense right now has Martin and Ed Jones at the ends. Larry Cole is one tackle and Jethro Pugh is the other.
Linebackers are Jordan Brunig and D.D. Lewis.
Capoletti again. Chased by Martin and down by Martin. Back to the line of scrimmage. Back to the 30.
It's hard to run outside Harvey Martin. It's actually hard to run inside Harvey Martin. But watch when they try to get out. You see McCutcheon getting help from Klein on the outside man, and Harvey just beat his block.
They have made the substitutions that Tom was talking about a minute ago, that nickel defense. They bring in Henderson, Hughes, Kyle, and Randy White.
And they change the front. The quarterback doesn't know what he's going to see until he's back.
Third down for the Rams. They need 10. Harvey Martin around behind and down goes. Martin, Cole, and I think Larry Cole was the first guy there.
Sack number 45 for the Dallas Cowboys. And watch the young quarterback try to figure out what kind of a defense they've got on the underside. And he doesn't get it done in time, does he? And from the backside comes Harvey and Larry from the middle.
Super rush by Larry Cole. He beat a triple team. Rusty Jackson back deep for the Rams now to punt, their first of the day. Butch Johnson would be deep for Dallas. Good kick.
Ooh.
Returnable, but he had to wait a long time. Butch straight ahead. Got away from a couple. Look out. Butch Johnson still on his feet. To the 35, to the 30, and down. He ran out of gas finally. Butch Johnson. What a super return.
He's caught 2 touchdown passes the last 2 weeks in a row. He's out of California, Riverside. And watch this return. Here's a good move. Now watch Cullen Bryant, number 32, almost take his head off. And now Rod Phillips comes over after Butch has run out of gas and puts him down.
He got all the way in, deep into Ram territory to the 28. Dallas has a good spot. It you might not know, Pittsburgh beat Baltimore 40-14 this afternoon. So they'll go against Oakland, and the winner of this contest goes to Minnesota next week.
And don't forget, Roger Staubach is a great playoff quarterback. He's been there 10 times before and won 7 of them.
He has a first down now at the Ram 28. He gets to Pearson. Pearson inside the 25 to the 24. Bill Simpson came up, along with help from Isaiah Robertson.
Pearson has that will-o'-the-wisp way of running that makes you think that he has no hurry, no problems at all with time to get into the hole. And a good reacting defense once in a while will allow some holes to open up a fraction of a second later if you don't force it. And Preston never seems to force.
Right now, Preston is out, and number 21, Doug Dennison, has taken his place. 2nd and 6. Staubach in real trouble. And the Rams really converged on him. Larry Brooks, Olson, Dreyer, and Youngblood, all 4 of them.
The Rams defensive line, Patrick, didn't even look at the fake. Watch Larry right over the center now. Take a double team block and split it and come right on. Hacksaw Reynolds, the middle linebacker, fired, but they didn't care if the running back had the ball or not.
So a 3rd down coming up. Pearson is back in. Laidlaw is the fullback. Drew Pearson goes to the right. Golden Richards splits to the left. And out of shift. Overthrown, intended for Billy Joe Dupree. Flag is down back at the 40-yard line. Dave Elmendorf was the nearest Ram.
There was some holding by the offensive Dallas Cowboys, and the ball again was thrown a ton over the receiver. Here it is now. The gun is good. It's early. But even BJ at 6'5", Dupre couldn't get near it. It was a short hopper by the cornerback.
Again, Fred Silva is the referee. I'll tell you about the rest of his crew in just a minute, but he'll talk to us first.
The options with the Rams.
Right.
'73 offense, holding.
Ralph Neely.
Right.
Now remember the little shuttle pass that Dallas used so effectively in that playoff game a year ago when Rodgers shuttles it inside to a running back from the shotgun. The Rams have been worried about that thing all year, and I just have a feeling if it's tried, it's going to backfire.
The Rams are worried about it so much, in fact, that they put it in their own offense. Third down from the shotgun. Here we go. Drawback ball slipped out of his hand. Drew Pearson is the intended receiver, knocked away by Enberg.
Center fielder, and number 42 played it perfectly. He laid off the man and went over and swats a wounded duck right out of bounds. This ball is thrown, and it never even tailed. It just fluttered all the way. Watch the flutter pass. You won't see it from that spot, but Elmendorf went about 16 yards as the ball was in the air.
Keep in mind that Dallas, after that punt return by Butch Johnson, had a first down at the Ram 28, and they got nothing. Danny White is into punt, or is lined up in punt formation, I should say, because he threw a pass for a clutch first down earlier this year and for the corner. Benny Barnes is down there with Henderson, and they kill it, I think, at the 1-yard line. What a play by Thomas Henderson.
And what a call by the official, and he was right there. In fact, watch this shot, Pat. Watch 56. It's a spike.
And the ball stayed inbound.
Next Saturday on Christmas Day at 12:30 p.m. Eastern, CBS Sports presents an NBA shootout when Artis Gilmore leads the Chicago Bulls against the Kansas City Kings with Sam Lacey and Ron Boone. That's Chicago taking on Kansas City at 12:30 p.m. Eastern on Christmas Day.
The Los Angeles offensive unit deep in its own end zone. And take a look at how it happened.
That thing's supposed to bounce in funny ways, isn't it? Looks like it should be humming.
Thomas Henderson knocked the ball down just as it got to the corner of the playing field. And it's Ram 1st and 10 at their own 1. Just over 9 minutes left in the first period. Pat Hayden with a quarterback sneak. Got a little room for himself.
Pat, you know, pro football teams that really chart themselves have said that you won't go 99 yards probably all year, maybe once or twice, and get points at the other end. And this will be a tremendous test for this Ram offense to keep the ball and not get hurt deep in their own territory.
Their defensive unit did the job for them in the previous series. And now the offense has the challenge. Touch it. Maybe one.
Maybe, but he earned it. Harvey Martin to the left of your screen. Just keep your eye on 79. That's Leroy setting up in the hole. Mack blocks him. That is a wall.
You're right about Harvey. It's hard to run outside, inside. It's hard to throw when he's playing defense.
He wants to play one more game, at least.
3rd and 5. McCutcheon. And again, it's the Dallas defense. Mark Washington is the guy who made the tackle, number 46.
And notice that the Los Angeles Rams did not try to throw against that flex defense this time, and it's probably a good thing. They settled for the punt formation. And, man, there's a lot of gang pursuit going on by the Cowboys.
A whole bunch of folks over there. Rusty Jackson. Deep in the Ram end zone.
A rookie.
A lot of pressure on the guy who snaps the ball, too. In this case, it's Jack Reynolds. They're going to have to take a timeout. Almost over his head. Almost blocked. What a good kick by Jackson.
What a punt.
Butch Johnson signaled for a fair catch back at the 40. There are 2 flags down.
Too much time trying to get the punt off. Now you say snap it quick if you're number 9.
They had a lot of trouble lining up and getting in a correct formation, and now they tighten up a little bit more. Dallas does not try to block this one. Not as good a kick, and Johnson goes up with the fair catch signal at the Ram 45. On New Year's Day, CBS Sports presents the prestigious Cotton Bowl with the undefeated Maryland Terrapins taking on the Southwest Conference co-champion Houston Cougars. On January the 2nd at 3 p.m., we'll present the always popular Sun Bowl, pitting 10th-ranked Texas A&M against the Florida Gators, a member of the Southeastern Conference and a very explosive team.
You know, there's Tom Landry on the sidelines. A percentage maneuver that time to destroy the young man's punting concentration and then get the fair catch and have the ball going in again.
Just inside the Ram 45, the Cowboys have a first down. Newhouse broke a couple. Struggles to the 40. Isaiah Robertson again on the tackle. One of the Dallas fans, I guess not too happy about things at the moment. What's the blocking on that last play?
Let's watch this now. This is the outside play. They keep Dreyer inside. Neely does a pretty good job with the Apache toe hold there. Roger is 1 for 3, but that was that little slip screen affair the very first time he threw it.
2nd and 6, a 4-yard pickup by Newhouse. Golden Richards. Roger threw it high. Richards had to get airborne, and Bill Simpson cut him down.
And Roger almost got Golden Richards hurt. The ball was thrown high and makes the receiver very vulnerable right at the moment when Jackson was going to stick him right in the ribs.
I think Golden was aware of that.
I think Golden might have felt the presence of the Ram defense. Watch the young cornerback, and the ball's thrown up there. Boy, a receiver hates to be there. Cover up the ribs.
So it'll be 3rd down now for Dallas, and they go to the shotgun. Rams don't blitz. Staubach fires to Pearson. He's got a first down. This is Preston Pearson. The closest Ram again was Simpson.
His 24th reception, and we're trying to figure out where 26 came from. Watch this now. I told you he's slippery. I'm telling you, Simpson's off of him by 6 yards. And you always wonder where he came from or where he's going.
And how he's going to get there. But he always seems to. It'll be a first down for Dallas. 5.5 minutes left first period. Ball on the 27-yard line. An inside handoff to Newhouse. Did not fool Larry Brooks.
Oh, a misdirection that, imagine Newhouse will go back and ask Roger if he's mad. I tell you, Larry Brooks is something. He demands double blocking by the offense. Allows Merlin Olsen to have a little bit of freedom and be able to use the stunts, but number 9-0 is something else.
Chuck Knox looking on. That's Ron Jaworski. One of the 3 Ram quarterbacks next to the coach. 2nd and 9. Intended for Golden Richards. He was open, but again, the pass was not there.
And the blitz was on. And the Rams got pretty good lanes that time for the blitz. They're getting very quickly into the lanes. And that's the secret of a blitz. Tom Landry knows that. You've got to seal them off. If you can catch the team blitzing, you might have some scratching on defense. But that time, Roger had a problem.
Scott Laidlaw checks in, number 35. The good pass receiver coming out of the backfield.
Roger is 2 for 6 now.
Billy Joe Dupree coming out to the left. Golden Richards also out to the left. A good rush. Staubach got tangled up with Blaine Nye, but the Rams put on the pressure.
Mr. Merlin Olsen, number 74, okay? 16 years, this guy out of the mountain country of Utah had just been doing it. Now watch number 74 to the left center of your screen. He locks up with Blaine Nye, who's a super offensive guard. Makes his move. Roger is a heck of an athlete, right? Now watch what happens. They cut him off there. Watch where number 74 comes from. 16 years of it.
Irving Herrera. A remarkable field goal percentage, 78%. This one from 44 yards out. Could be. And he got it.
The 19th field goal in 24 shots by the little man from Guadalajara.
Herrera over talking with Mike Ditka, and he's had one heck of a year, and he puts the Cowboys on top in this playoff game. 7 plays, 44-yard field goal by Herrera. Makes the Cowboys 3. The Rams nothing with 4 minutes and 2 seconds left to play in the first period.
They had 2 shots and got 3 points finally.
You need more than that. Herrera. Cullen Bryant in the middle and the back for the Los Angeles Rams. We're going to watch Thomas Henderson. It'll be Bryant. It's a good kick. Chases him about a yard deep into his own end zone. And here comes big Cullen Bryant.
Oh.
And big he is, about 230.
Came out of Colorado at about 190, and somewhere the metabolism changed into that. He bench presses about 400, and he's the outstanding kickoff return guy of the entire league this year.
And the guy who made the tackle might be just as strong as he is. There's Randy White.
Yeah, that's got to be a real standoff.
Emotions near the boiling point tomorrow as a pregnant Summer Johnson makes a fateful decision on executive suite. The drama begins at 10:09 Central Time here on CBS. Bob Klein in motion. Lawrence McCutcheon back to the weak side is cut down. Leroy Jordan.
Aha, pretty nice little play. The tight end goes in motion, so that becomes the weak side of the formation. The linebacker now, Brunig, should move in. Instead, he moves out. Now, he's got to cover outside, but not that far. And Capoletti wedges him out to the sidelines. And number 30, don't give him too much room.
McCutcheon over 1,000 yards again this year. Here comes Klein in motion. Well, they're changing sides, I guess. Charlie Waters comes with it. Waters got pinched inside. A flag goes down. McCutcheon runs into Gregory. Benny Barnes forced him back inside.
It's like offensive holding. Charlie Waters got up trying to make the call for the officials. I'll tell you, Hera, the big offensive guard, ran into Benny Barnes, and the defensive secondary man got the best of the shot. They really exchanged on the line of scrimmage.
See what Fred Silva has to say about this violation.
Leroy's going to help him.
Or make sure he knows what he's talking about. It's going to seem strange to be doing a football game without saying Merlin Olsen and maybe Leroy Jordan, isn't it?
It's strange for them, too. You get used to the life. Let's hear what this call is and who they caught.
81 offense, flipping, second down.
81, of course, is Jesse.
The flanker trying to do a job. Let's watch this now. Watch the left part of your screen. See where 81 comes from. Now, there is the action I told you, 31 against 60. Flag comes right in and is caught by Lawrence McCutcheon.
So the Rams have a second and 20 to go now. 3 minutes, 9 seconds left first period. Cowboys 3, Rams nothing. Cap Hayden, the Los Angeles quarterback, about to throw his first pass. Or try to. Ed Jones with the sack, and a flag goes down.
Face mask. I believe too tall when he wrapped around, came down with the helmet, and I'll tell you, he looked up and saw the official looking at him, and he just threw up his hands. Watch 72. You can't miss him. He's 6'9". The only guy in America that can put the star on top of his Christmas tree without any problem. Watch this. Watch the move. Hayden ducks under and is thrown down and tied in about 7 seconds.
The official is right there with it. And it's an automatic first down. Ball still goes back to the 15-yard line. That's where the violation was. But it's now first down. Line again moves. Capoletti runs.
This time now, D.D. Lewis played the run that we saw Brunig have a little problem with earlier. Now, Klein goes in motion to the top of your screen, so he's gone. So now this is toward the weak side of the formation. Here's that flex defense that Irv Cross and Landry were talking about, and Leroy comes right in on cue. And D.D. Lewis stopped the play inside, and there was nowhere to go.
Jordan, while sitting down, made that last tackle with help from Cliff Harris. Pat Hayden now on second down. Looking to throw. Not much of any place to go. Bill Gregory and Harvey Martin were the two Dallas Cowboy players who made the hits on Hayden.
Young man's having trouble getting the ball off, and he can pass. Now, let's see how 79 gets into it. I don't know how he comes from the other side of the line. He's in the right part of your screen, bouncing off McCutcheon, and Mack had almost got a real good shot at Pat Hayden. That would be a dangerous way to spend this Sunday afternoon.
And now on 3rd and 5, the Cowboys make those sophisticated defensive changes. Randy White is lined up as a lineman in the position of the left tackle. Might watch him go. Hayden. This one's caught by Harold Jackson. Pretty good throw.
Good blocking up front. And that's the one the young man needed to air it out a little bit. Here's Harold Jackson. He weighs 174 pounds, dripping wet. And as we've said before, he doesn't even make prints. And on this artificial turf, he doesn't even make a sound. He's so quick. Let's watch the blocking. There's Randy White, Pat talked about, right in the center of the screen. They got him on the line of scrimmage. Not too much penetration. He could see what was happening, and he delivers.
They handled him well, and he got the first down completion. 55 seconds left first period. Still Dallas 3, Los Angeles nothing. Hayden fakes the draw and sets up the screen to Capoletti. Jordan pushed him out of bounds, but it's another Ram first down.
Now remember, the Ram quarterback is getting the signals waved to him from the sidelines, which in turn are coming from upstairs. And what looks to me and you like a simple scratching of the neck or something by the coaches tells the young man Hayden what kind of a play and really in detail what's going to happen.
There's the number 1 Cowboy rooter.
He probably just got out of jail in time to make the game.
He's in good company. First down. Capoletti to the weak side. Charlie Waters got away from the block and finally tied him up. But a pretty good effort by Capoletti. Got about 3. There are the signals. Going to Pat Hayden.
And he might not even be the one giving them sometimes. They get pretty clever about how they do it.
Looks like he was making a peace proposal.
Chuck Knox says, when answering a question, if people pick up your signals, the opposition, he said, sometimes we don't even pick up our own signals.
2nd and 9 situation now. Hayden going for the bundle to Jackson, and he got it. Underthrown, he had to come back, and Benny Barnes forced him out of bounds. How many times have you seen the passes completed like that when they are underthrown?
And the reason is there's so much speed that Benny Barnes is worrying about with Harold Jackson, like 4.3 speed for the 40, that the defensive back loses his perspective, and the quarterback gets a completion to Harold Jackson.
That's the last play of the first quarter. The preceding announcement was brought to you as a public service by the National Football League.
Boy, we're doing some good things these days. I appreciate it.
It is 3-0. Dallas over the Rams. You're looking at the first play about to unwind in the second period. The Rams on the move after that completion from Hayden to Jackson. Lawrence McCutcheon looking for some place to go, and on that cutback, he got some good yards. Stopped by D.D. Lewis.
McCutcheon has the great knack of being able to accelerate on the break. Few athletes have that kind of a smooth running gait. He's from Plainview, Texas, which might not endear him to the people here, but boy, I'll tell you one thing. He comes to play from the opening preseason game till whenever that last one is.
Hayden's got his signal and has his play called. 2nd and 6. Ball on the Dallas 9 now. Cappelletti. Inside the 5. Wrapped up and pulled back. Harvey Martin and company, helped by Larry Cole, finally stopped him.
Let's take a look at what it looks like in slow motion. Inside drive. Good block by Hare on the right side on too tall Jones. And Cappelletti manages to get pretty low. And as they say, he doesn't have any handles either. Look at Harvey and company working on it.
They break the huddle and come up with 3rd and 2. Make it 1. Make it 2. Hayden on a rollout. Scores for Los Angeles. Pat Hayden rolled into the end zone behind some good blocking.
Big block by Lawrence McCutcheon, number 30. And remember, the quarterback is the extra runner. If he can run and get out of there alive, ooh, good block by McCutcheon. He's an extra person that the defense hasn't had a chance to defense. You're supposed to hand it off, they keep saying, and not take chances. Block by McCutcheon was on Aaron Kyle. Touchdown by Hayden.
And now the extra point attempt by Dempsey. The winner of this will go to Minnesota to play the Vikings. They were so impressive yesterday. Extra point by Tom Dempsey is good, and the Rams, with 13:34 left in the second period, move on top. Scores Los Angeles 7, Dallas 3.
The all-new CBS Sports Spectacular premieres Saturday, January 8th with Nadia Comaneci of Romania, winner of 3 gold medals at the Olympics in Montreal, competing for the first time since then against Nellie Kim of the Soviet Union in the Chinichi Cup from Japan. That's the premiere of the all-new CBS Sports Spectacular Saturday, January 8th.
The big play in that drive was the pass from Hayden to Jackson. And then Pat Hayden rolled into the end zone for the touchdown. Tom Dempsey to kick off. Line drive kickoff fielded by Butch Johnson at the 11. Butch again has got some good yardage. Butch Johnson comes all the way out to the 32. He's tackled by Steve Priest. The Cowboy offensive unit trots on the field, down by 7-3.
And Roger is now 2 for 6 for 17 yards. You might recall that he had an awful time throwing against the Washington Redskins a week ago. And Roger has to set the tempo for this offensive team. There is no doubt about it.
At the 32. Pitch back to Pearson. He had Neely out in front, but he only managed a couple. Stopped by Isaiah Robertson again.
Rogers wondering because he got a good block from his flanker, Pearson, who came back, and yet they still strung it out, and there were a lot of Rams there. Oh, it's a team game. You don't no longer pick on the corners of the Los Angeles Rams. Young Perry and Jackson are extremely adequate, if not really superior.
Second and 8. Protection was good this time, thrown over Pearson's head, but that was catchable.
Wow. Pearson couldn't believe it. Watch this, and it goes right on through like maybe Preston Pearson has something on his hands other than fingers. Pretty good pass blocking, too. Watch Freddie Dreyer now, the vroom vroom man. Good pass rusher. He and Neely. It's a solo action now. Neely keeping him in front of him legally and then burying him.
Here's a shotgun by Dallas as Laidlaw came back in motion and stays to block. Ball back by Olsen.
Because of Larry Brooks. Berlin and Brooks. Brooks chased Roger back right to number 74. Watch this. Watch the two right center and left center of your screen. Number 90 and 74. There he cuts him off, gets rid of the blocker. Like a chorus line.
The two tackles converge. And Olsen picked up the sack. Danny White is deep. Did a couple of really spectacular punts already. This one's not too shabby either. High kick. Colin Bryant fields and Thomas Henderson. What a job he does.
Hollywood Henderson, number 56.
A flag is down. It's going to be against the Cowboys, and I think White will have to come back and do that again. There's the hit by Henderson. Red Silva going back to the line of scrimmage. The umpire, by the way, is Ralph Moorcroft. Head linesman Al Sabato. The line judge is Don Orr. Back judge Bob Rice. The field judge is Fritz Graff. And the alternate is Gordon McCarter.
Let's hear who did it. It might have been number 56.
Kicking team downfield on the punt. 4th down.
The whole team was downfield illegally. Look at that group. Randy White. They're just standing on the street corner waiting for something to happen, huh?
There's Chuck Knox. His team leads 7-3 now. And we have 12:43 left, second period. Danny White to punt again. Cullen Bryant and Jim Bertelson deep. This one not quite so good. Bryant fields it. Henderson overran the play that time. He gets back into Dallas territory to the 47. Jay Saldy made the tackle. And so the Rams will take it over in pretty good shape. They're going to mark the ball at about the 45. Ram ball at the Dallas 47. The Rams have never won a playoff game on the road. Right now they lead this one 7-3.
And they've run 21 plays to 17 for Dallas.
This is Lawrence McCutcheon. Had a pretty good hold, but stumbled, and Leroy Jordan made sure he stayed down.
Boy, Doug France, that monstrous offensive left tackle, really drops Larry Cole. Watch the left part of your screen. 77 will block down on 63 and just do a job. Klein gets his block. A little bit of an opening there in that Dallas defense, I'll tell you.
Leroy Jordan came over and made the seal. And it's second down and 7 yards to go now for Pat Hayden's offensive unit. McCutcheon's going to try the same spot. Again, he got some good yardage. Got a good hold. Got good blocking up front. Jack Youngblood on the sideline, the defensive end. Cliff Harris and Charlie Waters, the two safety men, converged to make that last tackle.
Very important that you mention that he's resting because the Dallas defense has been on the field an awful lot of the time already.
Ball at the Dallas 39 now. Rams 7, Cowboys 3. Hayden faked and rolled. Ooh, not quite. Leroy Jordan.
Pretty good looking play that just didn't pan out because Leroy, one of the great tacklers, just zeroed in on the quarterback and drilled him. To the top of the screen now are Jesse and Jackson, so this is definitely the weak side, and Harvey Martin just inside a little bit. Watch Leroy's tackle. Feet apart. Solid.
Rusty Jackson is number 9 for the Rams, the punter. Butch Johnson is deep for Dallas. Rams still shuffling around. Now they tighten up. They think Dallas is going to try to block it. High kick by Jackson. Bounces at the 15 and comes out of bounds at the 17. Beginning Sunday, January the 16th, the Challenge of the Sexes returns with all sorts of new and exciting challengers from swimming to skydiving. We'll have super hustler Bobby Riggs taking on tennis great Althea Gibson and much, much more. And all that excitement begins Sunday, January the 16th, on the Challenge of the Sexes. Hello. Klein. Telling him what time he'll be home tonight.
Calling long distance, right?
The pitch out is to Pearson. This time, he got airborne and was tackled by Dave Elmendorf. Larry Brooks came over to help out.
Pretty good block by Butch Johnson, the rookie receiver. He cracked back and got a pretty good block on Youngblood and made the play as effective as it was. Watch the left lower part of your screen. 85's fighting the block that's been set up for him. Butch Johnson stayed with him pretty well for a receiver type. Youngblood does get back in. Here's
Billy Joe
B.J.
Dupree.
huh?
Cuts off Isaiah Robertson. 2nd and 6. And again, Youngblood had him. Ducked under. Youngblood was in the backfield and had him. Fred Dreyer came all the way from the other side to finally take him.
Can you react too quickly? Watch the right part of your screen, left part of your screen. Because Blaine Nye misses the block. Youngblood made the move so quickly. And there's old Slippery again.
It'll be 3rd down. Tom Landry, as most of you know, I'm sure, calls all the plays for the Cowboys. But they shuffle players back and forth. They don't do it like the Rams. Pearson. And that is the Dallas 1st down. Isaiah Robertson made the tackle, but the Cowboys convert on 3rd down.
Only Rogers' 3rd completion, but a big one on short yardage. And Pearson just again comes from nowhere. Boy, you think the Cowboys haven't missed this fella. Pittsburgh might have missed this fella too. He's been gone a while.
Didn't seem like they missed anybody in the last few games.
Not
They
on
destroyed
defense.
Baltimore today. That's right. Dallas 1st down. The ball at their own 31. Outside, this is Drew Pearson. And another Dallas 1st down. Pushed out of bounds by Rod Perry.
Drew Pearson, the 185-pounder, maybe. Watch him, he beats double coverage. Inside now. Elmendorf was waiting. But the main thing that a receiver tries to do is make a double coverage into single coverage. He only worked against Monty Jackson.
Cowboys 1st down at their own 43. With 8 minutes and 10 seconds left before the half. It's 1st and 10. Roger behind Golden Richards. Rod Perry was the closest defender.
I was in error. Actually, Rogers' last completion to Drew Pearson was right in front of Rod Perry, and Perry almost came up with the interception then. Roger knows this is the toughest of all games for him, but he loves playoff competition.
On the Los Angeles bench, John Williams getting a breather. Big number 75 has done a heck of a job at right tackle.
He's the smaller of the two offensive tackles. He's only about 255, 6'4.5".
2nd and 10. Pitch back to Newhouse. Fred Dreyer on a good pursuit.
Newhouse, old Stumpy, was really in a hurry. He's sort of a direct line runner. You get a lot of Newhouse when you tackle him, but handling him is another thing. Dreyer makes a pretty good play on that one. There he goes. 5'10" and a ton.
That's Dan Reeves standing in front of him, and then, of course, there's Tom Landry now in the hat. Wearing glasses. I don't think I ever saw Tom wear glasses before. On 3rd down, Staubach drops deep. Laidlaw comes back with it. Intended for Billy Joe Dupree. He got a hand on it, but couldn't hold. Elmendorf was right with him.
Boy, they both went together. It was almost a synchronized leap for the ball. Incredible. Let's take a look at this now and see what we see together from the L shotgun, as they say down here. Look at these two. Defensive players, 42. B.J. Dupree and he go together for it.
And Danny White and the rest of the Dallas punting unit come on now.
He'll throw it. He'll run with it. and he's had 2 blocked.
Cullen Bryant deep for the Rams. Cullen will field it at the 17. Gets away from Benny Barnes, and they've got something set up. Cullen Bryant finally by Bob Brunig at Aaron Kyle.
Boy, is he strong. Bryant just throws the first guy aside, and yet he's got balance.
He just rips right through the tacklers. There's Dave Elmendorf coming over as the Ram offensive unit goes on.
Next Saturday on Christmas Day at 12:30 p.m. Eastern, CBS Sports presents an NBA shootout when Artis Gilmore leads the Chicago Bulls against the Kansas City Kings with Sam Lacey and Ron Boone. That's Chicago taking on Kansas City at 12:30 p.m. Eastern on Christmas Day.
It hasn't been a very good first half so far for Roger Staubach or the Cowboys shotgun.
Have you ever heard a stadium this big, full of people this quiet? They're waiting for something to happen, and they're not sure what.
About 65,000 on hand. The Rams lead at 7-3 with just over 7 minutes to go before the half. It's Lawrence McCutcheon, hit almost as soon as he got it by Bill Gregory. McCutcheon, of course, one of the top running backs in all of pro football.
And Gregory, one of those fellows you don't get a chance to hear about because of Harvey Martin and Too Tall and Leroy Jordan and Randy White. But I'll tell you, 77, when he gets a play, he and Larry Cole make each of those plays count.
Mark Washington is number 46. Mel Renfro normally would be there. Mel has a bad knee, and they weren't sure. They had to watch him warm up to see if he'd be able to play. Second down situation coming up for Los Angeles now. And Hayden drops the pass. Safety valve out to McCutcheon. Turned out pretty well, didn't it? A Ram first down.
Good thing that young Hayden made the move that Chuck Knox wants him to. When you're in doubt and you're going to hit a flare back, do it early enough so you don't get a shot. Now watch the bottom part of your screen. Watch Harvey Martin and big Doug France. Each is 6'5". Now watch. Now France lets him go, and watch Harvey just pull up at the last instant. Good time to early release it for young Hayden. McCutcheon, I told you, is full go with the second step.
Enough for a first down with 6 minutes and 17 seconds left before the half now. Rams on the move again. Hayden. They had a blitz on. He just throws it to Bob Klein, and big Bob Klein is met by Cliff Harris.
Whoa.
What a collision that
What
was.
a tackle by number 43. And Klein went backward but made the first down. Now watch Klein check out. He's the tight end. The blitz is to the right. D.D. Lewis comes, and Hayden is a very cool young man. Don't put him in that rookie classification. Not fair. Just dropped it off to a tight end who really gets shocked.
Still enough for a Ram first down in Dallas territory now at the 45. Clock ticking away. Scores Los Angeles 7, the Dallas Cowboys 3. Straight ahead is John Capoletti. He surged for about 4. Harvey Martin made the tackle. Couple of good Ram running backs. Speaking of running backs, we had a visitor before the game. Guy I hadn't seen in a long time. That used to play with the Colts. L.G. Dupree.
Long gone Dupree came in. And now we're seeing the second generation. His kid over at Texas Tech is some kind of a football player.
Also had a visit with Billy Vessels. Another pretty good one,
I'd say.
And Dwayne Thomas. On second down, here's one of the better ones, Lawrence McCutcheon. Leroy Jordan was the guy who made the initial contact.
Let's take a look at the play. They pull the left tackle right out of your screen. Watch 77 will pull. Mack takes the inside. Good block on the outside, but good recovery. And a tough tackle not quite completed by Leroy Jordan.
Dallas bench is pretty quiet right now. Billy Joe Dupree looking on. The cheerleaders trying to get something going. Third and 5 for the Rams. And Hayden fakes the draw play. Gets set. Fires to Jackson. Jackson slipped down on the artificial turf. Benny Barnes was close to him, but he lost his footing.
Look at Harrell. It's amazing that the better traction on the artificial surface is something he slipped on. Because I've said before, he's like Nureyev with the feet. Can't jump quite as high, but I mean, he can catch at the end of it.
Rusty Jackson counting and seeing that he's got all 10 men in there with him.
Dallas may be coming. At least they're going to try to make Rusty Jackson think they're coming.
Got a bunch of guys up on the line. Now they shift around a little bit. It's blocked by Charlie Waters. Blocked it. And they scrambled around and try to pick it up. It's going to be Dallas ball no matter who recovers it. Jay Salvey is the guy who got off the football.
Well, we called it.
Watch Waters.
Let's take a look at what happened. The snap. Let's check the snap first. Whoa, he had to feel it like a shortstop. Took 2 little pigeon steps. Number 41's already there. There's Jensen trying to help him. Big opportunity made by the Dallas Cowboys.
Dallas first down in Ram territory. 4:05 left before the half, and from regular formation, Staubach throws outside to Newhouse. Newhouse beat one tackler, Elmendorf, and finally went out of bounds. Watch the footwork on the sideline.
All right, there's just no target when you try to tackle Newhouse. He's had the bad groin all year, but watch him slip under Elmendorf's tackle, and Elmendorf's a good tackler. He just sort of, he went out of bounds and still tried to run.
Dallas fans hoping something will happen. It'll give them an opportunity to cheer. 5-yard pickup on that completion to Newhouse. For 2nd and 5. Pat Summerall with Tom Brookshire. The last of the playoff games. The other 3 teams are already decided. Here's Pearson straight ahead. Close to a first down. Elmendorf again had to make the tackle.
Was there a hole, or did Preston Pearson just find something and go through somebody's legs? Watch the left part of your screen. Mike Fanning being pinned. I don't know how he got through there.
Close enough to measure for the first down. Dallas hasn't had too much success against this Ram defensive unit. Not quite a first down for Pearson. 3rd and very short. Dennison and Donovan come in. Pat Donovan comes in sometimes as a tight end. And he is letting the officials know right now that his number is 67, and he'll be lined up on the end, so he's eligible for a pass.
Roger is 5 for 12 for 40 yards, but not really humming yet with the pass offense, and the Cowboys live by the pass.
3rd and short. Newhouse and Dennison, the running backs, and you'd have to guess Dennison. Dennison straight ahead, first down, Cowboys.
There he goes. You can check the stats. He's no O.J., but I'll tell you something. He's had a great year for the Cowboys, particularly in close to the goal line. Pearson in motion, and Drew always goes in a hurry, which is excellent. Pretty good defensive play, and Dennison just got a lot of it on his own.
So it'll be a Dallas first down with 3 minutes now left before the half. Dennison is out, and Pearson is back in on 1st and 10. Pearson gets the call, the inside handoff, and Pearson breaks a couple, and a couple more to the 20-yard line. Preston Pearson by Monty Jackson.
Pearson's had the off year because of the injury. He's only actually had about 233 yards from scrimmage. But he gets there in a hurry, and watch him make Simpson miss. The old limp leg.
That was a Chuck Foreman move.
And watch what happened. Hacksaw Reynolds might have taken the false step, gets caught inside, and the traffic cut him down.
Newhouse with that good block. Going to get the 2-minute warning in just a second. They might get this play off, and they do. Pearson again, the fake. Oh, what a fake by Staubach. Butch Johnson made the catch at the 2. I lost the ball.
So did the defensive secondary. Watch Rogers stick it in. Not a great fake, but somebody took it. That's just a quick slant, and Butch Johnson is coming on very, very quickly.
As you mentioned before, he caught a touchdown pass in each of the Cowboys' last 2 games. And now he's put them in pretty good shape right here with 2 minutes to go before the half. It's 1st and goal, Dallas. Dallas with the 1st and goal at the Los Angeles 2. The Rams lead 7-3. Running backs are Newhouse and Pearson. Pearson dives over the top, does not quite get there. 1:55 left before the half, down about 1:50 now. Don't forget to stick with us at the half for highlights of the first game. Just a second, I'll tell you what I was thinking about.
This is the offensive setup that Tom Landry wants. He wanted all year long to have Pearson and Newhouse in there, complementing one another, and for the first time, really, he's got them.
We'll have highlights of that Pittsburgh-Baltimore game. Andy Williams is going to drop by and visit with Phyllis and Irving and Brent. So stick around at the half. Again, it's Pearson. Again, he doesn't make it.
Tremendous defensive charge. Nothing moved on the line of scrimmage. People just went inside out one another. Watch it. You're down right on the line of scrimmage with them. Watch the line of scrimmage. People just exchange positions, that's all.
Solid play by Jim Youngblood. And so it's 3rd down and still about a half yard to go. 3rd and goal, and Dallas has called a timeout.
Freddie Dreyer is talking to the defensive Rams.
The weekend of January the 8th and the 9th, CBS Sports will present the final rounds of the Phoenix Open, where a strong field of superstars will be shooting for the $40,000 first prize. That's the Phoenix Open, Saturday, January the 8th, and Sunday, January the 9th.
Well, the pros love to play out there because the fairways are a little bit dry. You can just hit it all day, right?
It just keeps rolling and rolling.
As long as it's straight. Speaking of people talking about Landry, 10 years of the 11, of the last 11, he's been in a playoff situation. And you're right, he is wearing glasses for the first time. It makes me feel good.
That guy next to him has done a heck of a job, and he was a heck of a player, too. Dan Reeves.
Look at him looking over Landry's shoulder.
Roger Staubach has got his message. Good time for a rollout, wouldn't you think?
It's a good time to get a touchdown and don't come up short just before halftime.
Saw Kenny Stabler roll into the end zone with that clutch touchdown yesterday. Roger asked for quiet. Laidlaw, and he's in. He scored twice. Here's the touchdown play again.
The handoff to Scott Laidlaw, the Stanford grad. And a lot of times the Cowboys draft on intelligence. And I'll tell you, Laidlaw is just a Walt Garrison. It's about the best way to explain him. He does it all pretty darn well, including score. That was his 4th TD rushing this year. And you're right, he did score twice.
Charlie Waters to hold. Friend Herrera. Good. Look at the touchdown again.
Okay, there's Fitzgerald's move. Good block on Merlin Olsen, the double, of course. It's a wedge blocking situation. 35 just got a little bit of daylight. A leaping spike.
That's why he stayed on his feet. He wanted to make sure he was upright when he spiked it. 10-7 the score now. The Rams will take it over with 48 seconds remaining in the first half.
Our special team's important. Mike Ditka's team blocked that punt that set this up. And they've gotten safeties in 2 out of the last 3 games the Cowboys have by blocking punts. It all really pays off, doesn't it?
It sure does, and they make it pay. It seems like they take advantage of things like that, as you would expect a class team to do. Cullen Bryant, number 32, deep for the Rams. Herrera set to kick off. Rams have all 3 of their timeouts remaining, by the way. direction of Tom Gerdine. He took it at the 10 and heads upfield. Tackle for the Cowboys was made by Mike Hegman, one of their backup linebackers, and they have a lot of them. Rams season opens today, and the Cowboys will bag their limit, they say.
One thing we do have to bring up regarding young Pat Hayden, he is a young quarterback, and against this kind of a sophisticated defense, perhaps in the last 41 seconds of a half, he may not be able to wing it like a Billy Kilmer or a Jurgensen would have done, or a Van Brocklin, or somebody that has been there a long time, and maybe we'll be very careful, maybe not.
They have extra defensive backs and a three-man rush about to face Hayden. He just gets to Capoletti on the outside. Harvey Martin came out with the blockers. Aaron Kyle makes the tackle, and the flag is down.
Harvey Martin and Doug France had an exchange, and Harvey might have ended up with the offensive Ram tackle's headgear, a face mask. I'm not sure. There's Harvey talking about it, looking down.
That's exactly what happened. Harvey doesn't necessarily agree.
He knows he can only have 1 or 2 or 3 head slaps, but he didn't know he couldn't jerk the guy's head off.
We'll get the word from Fred Silva.
79 defense, face mask, first down.
Automatic first down for the Rams.
Don't make him mad, though.
34 seconds left before the half. I wonder if the Rams will still try to run it out instead of throwing. Hayden fires to the sidelines on one hop in the direction of Jackson. Aaron Kyle with him, and so is Randy Hughes. See what happened to Harvey that last play.
Well, Harvey's hot. He just got caught. Now, France and he are going to see each other a lot. There's the shove that the offensive tackles now use. Watch this. It's supposed to be a double play ball.
That would have hit the runner in the back of the head. 29 seconds remaining before the half. Clock is stopped. Has the record on Hayden. McCutcheon had it and dropped it. Aaron Kyle was with him, but this is incomplete.
Mark
McCutcheon had
Washington.
it.
Well, Mark Washington didn't take any chances. He thought it might have been called a completion. What's a great play by Aaron Kyle, the rookie from Wyoming. Hayden throws a good pass here. This is really a very fine defensive play. Ball is really caught but stripped early. Look out.
A double team on Harvey Martin. Watch it.
Okay, the battle of Harvey and Martin against Big Doug France. And Tom Mack.
A bunch of shots. It's third down now. Good protection this time. Underthrown, intended for Capoletti, incomplete.
Hayden is hot at himself because he really didn't throw it that time. He just sort of forced it, didn't cut it loose. A little bit of blood on that elbow. He protected him pretty well, though. It gets a pretty good rush.
On this artificial turf, that happens often. You get almost like a mat burn. Rusty Jackson deep. Got this one off. Butch Johnson coming over to field it, and it's out of bounds. So the Cowboys will take it over with 2 timeouts left and 13 seconds left before the half. How many congressmen were on the take from a Korean businessman? It could be a scandal as big as Watergate. Watch this and other stories on 60 Minutes, which tonight only comes to you at 10 o'clock, 9 Central Time. That's only tonight for that time period.
8 to 5. Dan Rather is watching this game.
Oh, yeah. And don't forget to stay with us at the halftime. We'll show you highlights of today's game between Baltimore and Pittsburgh. And Staubach is just going to run it out. Andy Williams is going to join Brent and Phyllis and Irv, and I know you want to see that too, and so do I. There they are, getting all set, and Andy's already there.
Old Lonely Street.
Dallas 10, Los Angeles 7. And the NFC Divisional Playoff. The two teams head for the locker room. Led by Pat Hayden, the Rams go one direction, and the Cowboys go in for their visit to Tom Landry.
Will get the ball first, and this first sequence of plays by the Rams could be the key to the man or the team that will go on into the championship round for the NFC title. Cullen Bryant stands on the goal line. Again, he led all NFC men in kickoff returns with Tom Gerdine on the right wing and Pat Thomas on the left wing. Efren Herrera, who kicked a 44-yard field goal and also connected on an extra point. He has never missed one as a Cowboy and has now made 78 in a row. Will kick it off. The little guy who played at UCLA signals that he is ready. He'll kick it off from right to left to open this second half. Herrera hesitates, still waiting, and now approaches the ball from the side. He nails it high, fairly short, comes down to Bryant at the 8. He's at the 10, the 15, up the middle at the 20, hit from the side and down at the 24-yard line. First contact was made by Thomas Henderson with Aaron Kyle and Mike Hegman also in on the stop along with Randy White. First down at the 24. Good coverage by the Cowboys. The Rams had field position in the second quarter. Cowboys enjoyed field position the first quarter. And then late in the second quarter, the block punt gave Cowboys that extra 40 yards, and they moved on to score. Pat Hayden, the quarterback, has Jackson wide right, Jesse slotted right, McCutcheon and Capoletti behind him. Bob Klein, the tight end, to the left. Hand off to Capoletti, trying left tackle, no hold at all. Bob Brudig, the linebacker, drags him down for a loss of 1. The Rams hit for a deficit, although they give progress to the 24, call it no gain. 2nd and 10. We do not have the official individual statistics in the first half. As soon as we do, we'll share them with you. Capoletti, I believe, was the Rams' leading rusher, and he had about 22 yards. 2nd and 10. Cowboys will now play pass. Hayden was 5 out of 9 in the first half. Completed his first 3. Both wide receivers to the left. And now Capoletti comes in motion toward the near sidelines to the right. Back goes Hayden. He throws. Open is Jackson. He's got it and goes out of bounds at the 35-yard line with a first down. They call it the 36, and Jackson just did stay in bounds. He was catching the ball as he fell across the sidelines. It is ruled a good catch, and the Rams have a first down at the 36. Jackson putting pressure on the cornerback on that side, Mark Washington. Washington respecting Jackson's deep threat, and then Jackson curling underneath, his third catch of the game. First down, Los Angeles, Ram 36-yard line. Just underway in the second half. Cowboys lead by a field goal, 10-3. Stahl over the ball. Hayden takes the snap, hands it off to McCutcheon, sweeping to the right, gets one block, cuts upfield at the 35. Flag down as McCutcheon is tackled at the 38-yard line. And we have a hold, I believe, yes, against the Rams. Up jumped the double. That yellow flag dropped back to the 33. Leroy Jordan and Bob Brunig made the tackle. And the Rams undoubtedly are going to be looking at first down and 20. That first down holding call. It'd be interesting statistically to learn how many times the hold is called on first down. It has to be more than any other sequence of downs. And there they mark it off to the 26-yard line. Now first down and 20. Facing Hayden and the Rams. Let's reintroduce the offense. Rich Saul, the center. Tom Mack and Dennis Hare, the guards. Doug France, John Williams are the tackles. They have their hands full with Too Tall Jones and Harvey Morton. Bob Klein, the tight end, he's to the right. Wide receivers Jesse and Jackson. Jesse right, Jackson left. Capoletti and McCutcheon, the running backs behind quarterback Pat Hayden. First down call. Back he goes to throw. Plants dumps it off in the left flat. Complete to Capoletti at the 20. He's at the 25. Gets one block and dives to the 30. And another flag is down at the 30-yard line. Let's see what the call is. It was as Capoletti was being tackled. One of the judges downfield threw the flag. It is personal foul clipping against the Rams. So the Rams come out on back-to-back plays and are hit with the yellow flag. They might take the play, the Cowboys, as the Rams gained about 5 yards on that little flat pass to the left to Capoletti. Capoletti made the catch at about the 20, and the penalty, I believe, will be on Rich Saul for the clip. Leroy Jordan says, listen, you want to mark off some yardage, we'll push him to the other end here. Talk about field position. Here come 15 more yards against the Rams, so that's 25 yards lost in back-to-back penalties. And the Rams now look at first down and 35. Ball is marked down inside the 15. The Rams have 5 penalties, 44 yards. First half, they had 19 yards in penalties, and on 2 plays, they pick up 25. So the Cowboys in a delightful position. There are not many plays for first down and 35. Double wing formation with Capoletti joining Klein on the left. A little reverse call to Capoletti, caught in the backfield. Down he goes at the 11-yard line. Harvey Martin not fooled a bit. So the Rams lose 4 more, and it'll be second down and 39. Back in the huddle go the Rams, and here's where you need somebody in that huddle to call upon the fiber of this Ram team. They've been stunned by a couple very critical penalties, and you can't get that chin down early in this second half, trailing only 10-7. But the Cowboys in a beautiful position. They can play all the cards they want. They can gamble in this spot. Second down, 39. Make it 38. The ball's at the 12. Hayden retreats the throw. He's at his own 3-yard line. He throws the ball long for Jackson. He's got it, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 31-yard line. So a good throw and a dangerous one by Hayden. He threw it cross field to the far sidelines toward the Dallas bench, and he found Jackson on a deep curl. Mark Washington made the tackle, and out of bounds at the 31. So Hayden picked up sizable yardage, but still faces third down and 15. So he got a little more than half the yards back. Give him about 19 yards on the throw, and he still gains the 19 yards on the pass, and he still looks at third down and 15. Jackson is to the right side, and Jesse left this time. Hayden looking left and right. Appears that he is audibilizing. The strength is to the left, the short side of the field. 19 yards on a pass, and he still looks at third down and 15. Jackson is to the right side, and Jesse left this time. Hayden looking left and right. Appears that he is audibilizing. The strength is to the left, the short side of the field. Hayden curling left, stops, looks, throws to this side. Open is Jackson. He's got it. He goes out of bounds. A first down at the 47-yard line. Oh, my. What a dangerous pass. Jackson was so wide open, however, even though Hayden floated one deep and cross field, Benny Barnes couldn't get to Jackson until the ball had arrived. So Harold Jackson, he has been the offensive star of the game. 5 catches for 104 yards unofficially. He was so open that Barnes, even though he got close to the play, had about 10 yards to make up and couldn't quite get there. 2 dangerous sideline passes, and Hayden gets away with both of them. All right, a big first down as the Rams overcome 25 yards in penalties. They were second and 39 and still got the first down. Back goes Hayden to throw. Great protection. Oh, he was held up. He intended it for Jackson, and Jackson couldn't get away from Mark Washington. Apparently a legal chuck as they got Jackson pinned along the sidelines. He couldn't get away from Mark Washington. You knew the Rams were going to set up something deep because Washington has to be more conscious of the short pass. They've been burning him up short.
Rams football brought to you by your Chevron Standard Man, who recommends regular engine tune-ups to squeeze every mile you can from every gallon of gasoline. That's another example why car care the Chevron way is the economy way.
Rams leading rusher in the first half. McCutcheon with 27 yards, Capoletti with 26 yards. The Rams were held to under a 3-yard average. Rams have it second and 10. Hayden trying to strike long. Ball at the 47 of Los Angeles. Jackson right, Jesse left. Rams trail the Cowboys 10-3. Hayden curls to his left, steps up in the cup, and he's throwing long for Harold Jackson. Who's got it at the 5-yard line? Benny Barnes intercepts at the 5. Benny Barnes and Harold Jackson went up together, and Barnes was able to rip it away on the interception at the 5-yard line. First down, Dallas. They'll spot it at the 6. So the second turnover of the game goes to Dallas. The Cowboys will start deep in their own end. Timeout, 11:55 remaining in the third quarter. Cowboys 10, Rams 3. Hey, Donald, have you heard about the West Coast's best rapid transit system?
Where's it go?
Up and down the coast.
Sounds convenient.
It is. It's Continental Airlines' direct service up and down the West Coast. And it's the only direct service between L.A.'s Hollywood Burbank and Ontario airports and the Pacific Northwest. Know what else Continental's got?
What?
Spacious 727s with the only free stereo in all classes of service.
Sounds good to me.
It is. You know, you can be sitting there listening to Merle Haggard and your country and western on one channel, and I've got Beethoven over on the classical channel. And the kids can be listening to the rock music. It's great entertainment.
So if our Ram fans have business in San Jose, Portland, or Seattle, they should fly Continental up the coast.
Oh, that's absolutely right. And since Continental leaves from the Hollywood Burbank and Ontario neighbor airports, our fans can leave from the airport nearest to them.
Now, how can people find out more about Continental's convenient coastline service?
With a call to their travel agent, or they can call Continental.
Ah, there's music in the air when Continental takes you there.
You mean the free stereo?
Sounds good to me.
Dallas Cowboys on the interception by Benny Barnes at the 6-yard line. Had the ball for Barnes from Stanford. It was his first interception of the year. Had not made an interception during the regular season. Staubach hands it off to Newhouse up the middle. He has a small hole and gets a couple to the 8. Rams stack him up by Isaiah Robertson and Larry Brooks in on the tackle. It'll be 2nd down and 8 for Dallas. Staubach the quarterback, and in come 2 substitutions. A play from the sidelines. Burton Lawless, the left guard. He'll messenger in the plays. He and Herbert Scott relay from the sidelines into that huddle. And also into the backfield. Let's check it as they come out of there. Golden Richards now in the game. He's to the left. Drew Pearson to the right. Preston Pearson and Robert Newhouse and an eye behind Staubach. Tight end Billy Joe Dupree on the right side. 2nd and 8. Staubach going into his own end zone to throw. He plants. He throws. Open Pearson. He's got it at the 15. He's out to the 17. A first down. Monty Jackson made the tackle. Pearson out of the backfield on a quick hitch, and the Cowboys get some running room.
The Rams' great defensive tackle Larry Brooks came off the field, replaced by Mike Fanning. It looks like either something wrong with his ankle or some equipment repair. Anyway, he's getting quick attention down on the Rams sideline.
Cowboys have a first down at the 17. That's a big play by Staubach to give him some breathing room. He threw that out of his own end zone. Pearson, again, causing trouble to the Rams. Preston Pearson. Here's the reverse to Drew Pearson, moving to his left on the sweep. He's at the 15, at the 20, out of bounds at the 22. Monty Jackson played it well. Good containment, but still a 5-yard gain for the Cowboys. Ralph Neely with a block. That time they brought Drew Pearson in motion from his flanker position to the right. And as he came in behind the quarterback, Staubach handed to him, reversing around the left side. Isaiah Robertson closed him off inside, so Pearson went around the outside, got the block from Neely, who took care of Robertson, and Monty Jackson contained him well and out of bounds at the 21, a gain of 4, 2nd down and 6. So the Cowboys used one of their gimmick plays, but again short yardage. Double wing to the left, and now Pearson moves to a wide split, and Staubach back to throw. No pressure, throws deep down the middle to Dupree. He's got it, complete at the 40-yard line. Another first down. Billy Joe Dupree, a giant of a target, 6'4" and 230. He set a new Dallas record for catches by a tight end when he snared 42 this year. And he was high among the crowd. Staubach released it. For a moment, it looked too tall, but not for Dupree. He went high in the air to make the catch. Elmendorf, the tackle, at the 39-yard line. So the Cowboys have moved from their 6 out to their own 39 on consecutive first down passes by Staubach. 9:51 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Dallas leads 10-3. In motion comes Pearson behind the quarterback toward the near sideline. Staubach on a fake draw, back to throw. He looks. He misses. Youngblood missed him, and now Staubach has a world of time to throw. Open is Pearson, out of bounds at the Rams 40-yard line. Jack Youngblood, for the 2nd time in the game, misses a sure tackle with no one around him. That was an easy shot, and he just missed him. That's unbelievable. Youngblood, perhaps the Rams' most valuable defensive player. He came in on the blind side of Staubach, and he just missed him. Instead of making the tackle, he tried to force the fumble with a vicious high tackle, and Staubach just ducked his head, and Youngblood went over the top of him. And then Staubach, with all that extra time, reared back and fired to Drew Pearson for another big gain. That's 31 yards down to the 40-yard line of the Rams. Make it 21 yards. The Cowboys threatening to get more. Staubach play action fake. Plenty of time. Looks long down the middle. It is juggled and almost
Just intercepted by Bill Simpson. First juggled by Drew Pearson. It bobbled in the air. Bill Simpson went for a one-handed interception before it hit the carpet, but he couldn't come up with it. Now, fans here in Irving, Texas, their hearts in their throats. They thought they had a spectacular cast by Drew Pearson, and then they had to worry for a moment because it appeared the Rams had the interception. Staubach and Hayden really opening up their passing game in this third quarter. Golden Richards was left alone in the end zone. Staubach didn't see him. 2nd and 10. Ball just inside the Ram 40-yard line. 9.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Staubach hands off inside to Pearson. Cuts off right tackle, and down he goes at the 36. A flag goes down also. Penalty flag downfield. And Rod Perry is pointing at Drew Pearson. Jack Youngblood made the tackle. Mike Fanning goes out. Larry Brooks is all right. He comes in. Let's check the penalty on the Rams. It is for a personal foul against Los Angeles. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Golden West Radio Network.
Hi, this is the Winker with a reminder I'm here on KNPC every day, Monday through Saturday, spotlighting the popular music of the day, plus features on the stars who make that music. I'd like you to make it a point to join me, Wink Martindale, each day between noon and 3 on
KNPC Los Angeles.
Fred Silva, the leading ground gainer in the contest, just went 15 more yards down to the 21-yard line. The referee leads all rushers as he marches that one into the 21, a personal foul against the Rams. And the Cowboys will accept that magnanimous play by the Rams. So the Cowboys leading 10-3, down at the 21-yard line. A long, impressive drive by Dallas. Just helped out on that play. It would have been 3rd and 6. Instead, it's first down at the 21. Handed off to Pearson. He gets off left tackle for 2-3 yards down to the 18 before Brooks makes the tackle. We got a little shoving going on as a late hit, and one of the Rams deep backs gets in a pushing match. Larry Brooks made the tackle. I don't know who that was, whether it was Rod Terry or Bill Simpson who got into the shoving match. No harm, no foul. And it's 2nd down and 7 at the 18-yard line.
I think that was Bill Simpson on the Rams side. I didn't see which Cowboy was involved, Dick.
The replay doesn't show just what provoked the skirmish. Now, Golden Richards with a late block downfield. Simpson didn't like it. It was after the whistle, it appeared. So they got in a little shoving match. Nothing serious. 2nd and 7. Both wide receivers to the right, and back goes Roger the Dodger. Great time. He throws to Pearson. Incomplete. At the 11-yard line, Preston Pearson with a game try, leaving his feet as he dived toward the sideline. Had his hands on it. A very difficult chance. Couldn't hang on.
Rams football brought to you by Budweiser. While you're enjoying this great football game, why not enjoy a great beer, Budweiser? Budweiser is still brewed with the same care and pride as it was in 1876. Budweiser, always the king of beer.
Now, there can be a lot of dry throats back in the West and here in the stadium today as they follow this intense action. The championship round, first round of play, and it's a big 3rd down and 7 for the Dallas Cowboys. Ball sits on the Ram 18-yard line. Staubach in an orthodox tee has Richards left, Pearson in right. Pearson comes in motion. Back goes Staubach to throw. He looks, he steps up, throws down the middle, complete to Dupree at the 10-yard line. First down, Dallas. Another flag goes down as Lawless and Isaiah Robertson get into it at the 10-yard line, and we'll see who this is again. A flag is down at the 10-yard line. It's a first down for Dallas. And I believe the Rams are going to get a penalty, too. So the Rams are losing their composure. Here it is, personal foul against the Rams and against Dallas. So no play. It's after the play, so it does not interfere with that play. So it's 1st and goal, Dallas, right on the 10-yard line.
A key man in that Dallas offensive line, though, was injured. Burton Lawless goes off the field holding his hand.
I think Lawless was throwing a punch at Robertson, and not many soft places to hit when you're in all that armor.
He may have belted him in the helmet.
There's the throw to Dupree on the instant replay. Elmendorf made the tackle, a key 3rd down throw, but Staubach was protected very well. Had plenty of time to search out Dupree. First down, Dallas. This drive started back at the Cowboys 6. Pearson was in motion. The pitch is to Newhouse. Newhouse sweeping left to the 10, to the 7, but the Cowboys were guilty of illegal motion as Pearson was moving before the snap. and it'll be 5 yards against Dallas, and every official had a chance to drop their flag. That should make them all happy because 3 different flags are down there, and they all saw that one. It is first down and 15. The Rams will have to take the penalty, we would think. Although Jack Reynolds and Merlin Olsen with that option, and they will, of course, try to push the Cowboys back. So that changes the play calling of Tom Landry and his outstanding coaching staff across the way. They'll have to think more in terms of pass rather than run on 1st and goal from the 15. I don't believe, well, let's check that sideline. Yes, it is conceivable the Cowboys could get a first down at about the 6-inch line. So it is actually 1st and 15 at the 15. Wide split of Preston Pearson and Robert Newhouse. Give it to Newhouse inside, and he gets a yard to the 14. The Rams were not fooled by the run call. Cowboys hoped that the Rams would be thinking pass, and they could give it to Newhouse on a quick hitter. But Fred Dreyer and that defensive right side with Isaiah Robertson to make the tackle. 2nd down and 14 from just outside the 14-yard line. As Lawless goes out, he's okay, and Herbert Scott from Virginia Union comes in to replace him. They were both drafted last year. Lawless, a 2nd-round pick out of Florida. Scott, a 13th-round pick out of Virginia Union. And Herbert Scott is the equal of Lawless. 2 young, fine guards. Staubach, wide split of his backs. Staubach to throw. He fires over the middle. It's almost intercepted at the 5-yard line. Broken up by Rod Terry. Intended for, actually, there were 3 Cowboys down there. Drew Pearson was the man that it was thrown to. Now Staubach on that quick slant to Pearson, and Terry able to get in there and break it up. He had to time his move and got there just at the right time to break it up and yet not pick up the interference call. So it is 3rd down and 14 as Jim Youngblood is out and Pat Thomas goes in for him. Ball is outside the 14-yard line. 3rd down and 14, about 14 and 6 inches for a touchdown. Both wide receivers to the right. A big play for both sides as Staubach retreats to throw. He looks, he throws for the intercepted by Robertson at the 5, the 10. He's at the 15, stumbles, and down he goes at the 20. Isaiah Robertson intercepts for the Rams. Hold on, a flag is down. A flag is down at the 22, and let's check what the call is before we leave you here in Irving, Texas. Holding against Daly, didn't signal against whom, but apparently against Dallas because they wave off the penalty and the Rams have it at the 20-yard line. Isaiah Robertson retreating back into that middle zone. That was not his coverage area. It was right down the middle. He got over and intercepted it. Took it right out of the grasp of Preston Pearson, the intended receiver. First down, Rams at the 20. A timeout, 7:43 left, 3rd quarter. Score remains 10-7 Dallas.
I just have to sit here and be silly. I've had this Chevrolet for 48 years. It's like a son to me.
You must be very proud of it.
I call it Kyle.
Kyle?
Now, what am I going to do for another 48 years?
Well, why don't you go see your Chevy dealer? Because the California Chevy dealers have a special deal on Chevy Vega wagons. Right now, there's a double opportunity to save a whole lot of money. Chevrolet is giving a $200 cash bonus to anyone and everyone who buys a new Vega wagon from stock by January 10th, 1977. Did you hear me?
No.
A $200 cash bonus direct from Chevrolet. Are you ready for this?
No.
A whole package of extra equipment that normally lists on the price sticker at $198, manufacturer's suggested retail prices. Now lists for guess what?
Oh, I don't know, a lot of money.
0. Zip, nothing. Now that's for California. That's extra nice, and that's from your Chevy dealer.
Well, that takes care of Kyle. Now what do I do about Velma?
Oh, you have another car, do you?
No, that's my wife.
The Rams have the football on their first turnover of the game at the 20-yard line. They trail the Cowboys 10-7 midway through the 3rd quarter. Blaine Nye may have saved a touchdown on that last play. When Robertson intercepted, there was only one Cowboy in his immediate area, Nye, who covered this zone to the left side, and he tripped up Robertson. Otherwise, Butch might have been long gone. Now the Rams get it back. So interceptions back-to-back. Barnes at the 5 of Dallas, Robertson at the 5 of the Rams. McCutcheon off left tackle up the middle. He got the hole, 25, and out to the 26, and a rocking tackle by Cliff Harris, who came up from the secondary. Oh, do I like Cliff Harris. He really knows how to tackle. He is 6'1" and 190 from Little Ouachita of Arkansas, free agent pick in 70, back to school in Arkadelphia, Arkansas, He describes himself as an exuberant hitter, and he is all of that. Was that a picture tackle? He dropped McCutcheon after a 6-yard pickup. 2nd down and 4. Ball at the Ram 26-yard line. The Cowboys lead by a field goal. We're in the middle of the 3rd period. Hayden hands off to McCutcheon up the middle, has a small hole and gets to the 28, but that's all. Close to the 29 as Leroy Jordan, the ancient marauder in the middle of that Dallas defense, makes the stop. Jordan from Alabama. His home is Excel, Alabama, and he has done that throughout his great college and pro career. He goes out, and the Cowboys on 3rd down and 1 will bring in an extra lineman, Bill Gregory. Terry Nelson counters as the 2nd tight end for the Rams. Nelson left, Klein right, bookend the line. 3rd down and 1. Hayden looks over that defense, spins, gives it to Capoletti. He has a hole off left guard and plows to the 31-yard line for a 1st down. Capoletti needed 1. He got 2 as he ran behind the block of France and Mack, and the Rams have the 1st down. Harvey Martin spearheaded the defensive charge of the Cowboys. The Rams are now 3 out of 6 in 3rd down conversions, making that one. Clock running, 6:16, 6:15, and time running out on one of these two outstanding teams. 10-3, Dallas leads. Block punt, the big play in the game at the moment. Cowboys took it on to score on a 47-yard drive. Jesse right, Jackson left. Jesse has not caught a pass yet. In fact, I don't think he's had one thrown to him. Hayden to throw. He's got Jackson. No, he overthrew him. Incomplete. Hayden thought Jackson was going to go deep. Jackson didn't. He gave the deep look and then cut short, and then Hayden's pass was 15 yards downfield. Jackson was double covered anyway, as Washington had him short and Cliff Harris was moving back deep. Staubach 10 for 21 in the game, 114 yards. We do not have Hayden's statistics. We're relying on the official word through the scoreboard. Hayden is over 500 or 50%. He's hitting 56.2%. I think he's 9 for 14, 9 for 15. Backs are split, 2nd and 10. The ball at the 31 of the Rams, and Hayden drops straight back this time. Good protection. Throwing for Jesse. Can't get it at the 45-yard line. Jesse was open, but as he made his cut toward the sidelines, he slipped, tried to make a dive anyway, couldn't get to the ball. It would have been enough for a 1st down. He was open in front of Mark Washington. The Rams continue to work on Washington, the right cornerback of the Cowboys. He's from Morgan State. He has replaced the veteran Mel Renfro at that right corner spot. So Jesse and Jackson. Jackson primarily has been working that side, and now Jesse was open, couldn't come up with the ball. So it is 3rd and 10 as Hayden brings him out of the huddle. Ball at the 31, 5 minutes, 50 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Dallas leads 10-3. Cowboys show a stunt look. Aaron Kyle, one of the extra defensive backs right up on the line of scrimmage. He bluffs the dog. Back to throw Hayden. He gets away from one man, and then Martin sacks him at the 22-yard line. And Tom Mack and one of the Cowboys are really into a battle, and one of the officials diving into the pile to break it up. That official showing considerable courage to jump in there. The usual mild-mannered Tom Mack. If you would expect anyone to get in a scrap, he'd be about the last pick for the Rams, but Mack in on that one. I don't know if anyone was thrown out of the game, but they were swinging punches. I believe it was Bill Gregory for Dallas and Mack of the Rams. And one of the officials did an excellent job of jumping in there. Let's identify him. It was Ralph Moorcroft, the umpire. He got in there and wrestled him apart. So now the Rams will have to punt it away. 9 men on the line of scrimmage. The snap is a little high, and the kick is just away. Spinning down, Johnson can return it. Takes it at the 36. He's at the 40. He's at the 45, 47-yard line. Flag goes down. Another penalty. And this one's going to be against the Rams. I don't know what for, unless somebody grabbed a face mask. I don't know if they're going to rule it a late hit. It was a thin call if it was. It's against the Rams, a personal foul. The Rams are losing their composure. They've worked since July to get the chance to move on in the Super Bowl playoffs. You don't get a lot of personal foul calls. Here's another 15 yards. Silva might go right on into the end zone. Run it all the way in.
That was on the Rams rookie linebacker, Carl Eckern. He came in just a little bit late, and the official down there couldn't wait to point a finger at him.
Well, for 37, 38-yard line of Dallas. So the Rams are their own worst enemy, and it's amazing Dallas leads only 10-7. The Cowboys are back starting this drive deep in Ram territory at the 38. How many times can the defense come up with a big play? Hand it off to Newhouse. He gets nowhere. And what a tackle by Brooks. He just buried his helmet right into the midsection of Newhouse. And the man they call the human bowling ball or the human shot put, Robert Newhouse, is stopped dead right at the 37, a gain of 1, 2nd down and 9. Unofficially, the penalty statistics now 74 yards on the Rams. The one penalty that just has to gray the hair of any head coach is the personal foul. That is inexcusable. You can't make that as a mental error. You can't make that. That's not a physical mistake, but it's a mental mistake. Richards to the left, Drew Pearson to the right on 2nd and 9. Staubach fakes it to Newhouse. Back he goes to throw. He's going long down the middle. Intercepted by Elmendorf at the 20. He's at the 25. Heads toward the near sidelines. He's caught from behind and drops at the 25. The tackle made again by Blaine Nye. So the Rams get another interception. They're doing what they did all season long. Stop the enemy with the interception. 32 pass thefts led the NFL, and they've come up with 2 big ones here in the 3rd quarter. That was not a very good pass by Staubach. He threw into a 3-man coverage, and Elmendorf picks it off. Timeout with 4:39 left in a crazy 3rd quarter. The score remains 10-7 Dallas.
It used to be all you got in a checking account were checks, but Bank of America's all-in-one checking plan now gives you a lot more than that. Altogether, it gives you 9 valuable banking services for just $2 a month. You get to write all the checks you want without paying an additional service charge, and there's no minimum balance to maintain. You also get a choice of personalized checks, again at no extra charge. Then there's instant cash overdraft protection to guard you against bounce checks, and a courtesy check guarantee card that's probably the handiest check cashing ID you can carry. And once your credit is approved, you can get a Bank America card. And there are other popular banking services that can save you time, trouble, and money. Visit the Bank of America branch near you and ask about the all-in-one checking plan. It's everything you've ever wanted in a checking plan for just $2 a month. Bank of America, member FDIC.
Four minutes and 39 seconds show, 3rd quarter here at Irving, Texas. The Rams and the Dallas Cowboys, the final 2 teams left in the playoff action this weekend. New England almost made it, and it has to be a very difficult afternoon for the Patriots as they think about that tough loss at Oakland yesterday. But Oakland advanced. Pittsburgh breezed over Baltimore, so it'll be Pittsburgh at Oakland next Sunday. Minnesota with an easy win over Washington, and there's been nothing easy on either side of that line of scrimmage in this one. The Cowboys lead 10-7. The Rams have stopped them 2 straight times in the 3rd quarter with the interception. Now it's Hayden's turn. Back to throw. Throwing long for Ron Jesse. Intercepted and fumbled, and Jesse recovers. No, it's still free, and they get it back. Dallas gets it back. Jesse had it, but Dallas got it back. Denny Barnes makes a great play. First intercepting, then he dropped the ball. Jesse had it, but Barnes ripped it back away from Jesse. So there have been 4 interceptions, 2 by Barnes, who did not have an interception all year. That was an easy interception. Jesse did a great job of knocking the ball away, and then he had it and somehow lost it on the carpet as Waters and Barnes ripped it away from him. So the Cowboys were fortunate there after Jesse almost made an incredible play to force a fumble after an interception. Well, Dallas at least starts deeper in their own end at the 29. It's been interception time. Give it to Pearson straight ahead to the 30, and that's all he gets. And the Rams are playing with a little extra now, as every man in that defensive unit hitting with a little something special. Barnes with a couple of key interceptions, and that tells you about the playoff activity. Benny went 14 games of the regular season without a single theft, and he gets 2 in 1 quarter. That one was like picking apples as Hayden's throw came up short. Hayden has been short on almost every long throw. It worked once when Barnes went too deep. Jackson caught the ball in front of him, but it hasn't the last 2 times. Drew Pearson left. Butch Johnson in motion behind the quarterback Staubach on 2nd down and 9. Staubach to throw. It's a flanker screen to Pearson. He's at the 30. He's hit down, fumbles the ball, and the Rams have it at the 40-yard line. Out of bounds with the ball along the near sidelines, and he's covered by jerseys. Goes The Rams' Fred Dreyer. A flag is down, and we'll see against whom. Dreyer recovered the fumble before it went out of bounds. The penalty is against Dallas, declined by the Rams, and the Rams get the break on the turnover. So suddenly the football has become hot. 5 turnovers in this third quarter. 3 by Dallas, 2 interceptions thrown by Staubach, and now the fumble. Personal foul, Dallas was the call, so it's getting extra rough in there. And the fumble, as Drew Pearson on a flanker screen was hit from the side. I don't believe he expected contact from there. He was looking upfield, and someone came in from his right side. Larry Brooks stripped the ball away. Pearson was tackled, and it went to Dreyer downfield, and Dreyer recovered it just before tumbling out of bounds in front of the Ram bench. Let's see if the Rams can take advantage. This is their biggest break of the game. Ball at the 39 of Dallas. All over the ball. 10-7 the score. Dallas leads. 3.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Hayden sets his line. He barks him out, gives it to McCutcheon up the middle. McCutcheon gets only a couple as he's hit hard at the 37-yard line. Harvey Martin and D.D. Lewis both in on the stop. A gain of 2 for McCutcheon, and the Rams and the Cowboys have not been able to run the ball, either team. Cowboys dig in defensively. Leroy Jordan calls the defensive signals. Hayden looks to the sidelines and gets the play. And one of the officials comes over to the Rams bench, and he's trying to get the Rams to move back as maybe they're doing a little extra talking. It is the alternate official. McCutcheon up the middle, gets across the 35 to the 34. He's stacked up by Brunig and Cole and several other Cowboys. So it'll be 3rd down and 5 for the Rams at the Dallas 34. Bertelsen comes in. McCutcheon probably will go out. He does. McCutcheon now is the Ram leader with 40 yards. Jackson to the right. Jesse left. Backs are in an eye. 3rd and 5. Hayden splits his backs. Cowboys in tight defensively. Hayden rolling left, looks, he's going to run it, 35, 30, out of bounds at the 27 with a first down. Hayden rolling to his left, picks up the first down, ducked out of bounds before he was hit by Thomas Henderson. A big play by Hayden. Hayden around the left. Hayden around the left side, and then he kicked out of bounds at the 28-yard line with a first down. Bertelsen comes out. He was in there apparently to block. He's a better blocker than McCutcheon. And Hayden used that interference to pick up the first down yardage. The Rams trail by 3. They're now in field goal range. Hayden has rushed 5 times, 24 yards. Line set, both wide receivers to the left. McCutcheon back in there with Capoletti. Hayden, a long count. Give it to Capoletti up the middle. Gets a hole. He's at the 25, the 20, breaks the tackle. He's at the 15, he's at the 13-yard line. First down Rams on the longest run of the game by John Capoletti.
Capoletti that time found a hole off the right side. He broke one tackle, then burst away, and finally was trapped down at the 12-yard line. So the Rams have a great opportunity now to either tie the game or go ahead. We only have 1 minute and 45 seconds remaining in the third quarter, but Dallas still out in front 10-7.
And a good block by Dennis Hara on the hole to shield away one of the big Dallas linemen. First down at the 12, they mark it. An 18-yard gain. Jackson right, Jesse slotted right, Bertelsen and McCutcheon behind Hayden. 10-7 Dallas to give to McCutcheon up the middle. He's at the 10, he's at the 9. Hit from behind by Charlie Waters. Came in from his safety position, trailed the play, and made the tackle.
Rams continue to drive up the middle against this Dallas defense. They found a couple of vulnerable spots, and they're trying to take advantage of it. Bertelsen being shuttled in to do some blocking for Pat Hayden. Right now, Bertelsen trots off the field, and Capoletti and McCutcheon, the running backs.
The ball 9 yards away from a go-ahead touchdown. It's 2nd down and 7. Capoletti and McCutcheon behind Hayden. Hayden turns, gives it to Capoletti up the middle, no hole. Puts his head down, gets 1 yard maybe. They push him back to the 9. I believe he got to the 8. Waters and Cole collaborated on the stop.
The Rams can get a first down without getting a touchdown. If they get inside the 2-yard line, they'll have a 1st and goal. Now the Rams bring in a couple of excellent blockers. Terry Nelson comes in to replace Harold Jackson. McCutcheon is out, and Bertelsen comes in. And it's a critical 3rd and a long 5, almost 6. At the Dallas 8-yard line.
Cowboys come in with their 4 defensive players that are best against the pass. Will Hayden throw? He rolls to the right. He looks. He's going to run it. He's at the 10. He's at the 7. They make the tackle. Hayden's helmet was ripped off his head. Did a flag go down? Did they happen to get the face mask? I don't think so. And that is the end of the third quarter. The gun sounds after 3 quarters of play. The score remains Dallas 10, the Rams 7.
Well, it was a bruising but scoreless third quarter. Dallas still out in front 10-7. Tom Dempsey is in to try to tie it up at 10 as the fourth quarter is about to start. But before we watch Dempsey make his attempt, let's pause for station identification. This is the Golden West Radio Network.
This is Chuck Knox, coach of Los Angeles Rams. On the Wooding Hill Show, 6 to 9 a.m., you can listen in as Dick and I have a daily chat.
That's right, Coach. This is Wooding Hill. Join us, won't you?
KNBC Los Angeles.
To start the fourth quarter, Tom Dempsey will try about a 25-yard field goal. And if it's good, the Rams and the Cowboys will be tied at 10. This has been a bruising defensive battle. Both teams have had lots of opportunities, but could not convert. All right, Steve Priest kneels between the 14 and 15. Let's see if he can make it.
That's Jaworski. I wonder if it could be a fake. Jaworski, not Priest, is kneeling at the 15. Both lines are set. Long count. The snap, the spot, the kick is up. The kick is good. Dempsey drills it through, and there'll be a penalty flag as they run into Jaworski and Dempsey. I believe it was Cliff Harris who came in and hit the kicker, and that'll cost the Cowboys 15 yards on the ensuing kickoff. The Rams have tied it at 10. Timeout just seconds into the fourth quarter. The score is now Rams 10, Dallas 10.
You know, most football coaches are worriers. They worry when they lose, and when they're in a hot winning streak, you know they still worry. That's when they worry about the team letting up, getting complacent, forgetting the fundamentals. They know you have to care enough to keep on winning. The brewers of Budweiser think that's worth caring about, too. As popular as Bud is, they still don't let up on the fundamentals. No substitutes for the choicest hops, rice, and best barley malt. No shortcuts in the long brewing process, including the extra costly step of beechwood aging. That's the way it's been since Budweiser was first brewed back in 1876. And that's why Budweiser has been the king of beers for 100 years.
An amazing turn of events. The Rams had the option to take the penalty after that roughing the kicker. They do, and the Rams have first and goal at the 3-yard line.
The automatic first down, half the distance to the goal line. Hayden sets his line, and the fans going to make it tough on him here at Texas Stadium. Hayden rolling to his left, cuts upfield at the 2. He dives at the 1. He was hit and slowed up by Leroy Jordan. Jordan could not bring him down, but Brunig did at the 1-yard line. So it is second down and goal at the 1. That's the same play that Hayden used to score the Rams touchdown in the second quarter, rolling to his left. That time he stopped and cut back short instead of trying to sweep wide to the left. Ball at the 1. Cliff Harris guilty of roughing the kicker on the field goal try. The Rams have given up 3, hoping to get 7. Second and goal at the 1. They're in there shoulder to shoulder defensively for the Cowboys. Cappelletti off right guard. He is. The official put up his hands once, and then he put them back down again. The linesman across the way signaled half a touchdown, and then he dropped his hands and said he didn't get in there. So it'll be third and goal, just shy of the goal line. The linesman, almost like an umpire, starting to call a strike and then stopping at the chest protector, pulled it back and said he didn't get in, and it's just on the goal line. Third and goal, and Rich Saul is injured.
Rich Saul, kneeling in the end zone, apparently has hurt an ankle or a knee and is down trying to shake it off. Meanwhile, Jeff Reese is into the lineup. And Dr. Clarence Shields, one of the Rams team doctors, and George Menifee, the Rams trainer, out there trying to give some aid and comfort to Rich Saul, the Rams' fine offensive center. Saul was talking to us before the game and said that the man that he wants to concentrate on and to find is the great middle linebacker of the Dallas Cowboys, Leroy Jordan. He said in the Dallas defense they always try to hide Jordan, so you can't see where he is most of the time. He moves around so much. But Saul said, I'll find him. Well, looks like Rich can't continue. He's limping off the field, aided by Dr. Shields and George Menifee. And the Rams now have a third and about 6 inches for a go-ahead score.
The official attendance today, 62,436. The Rams use this as a timeout. This is not an injury timeout. The Rams call time. Payton wanted to be sure of the play call. There could not be a more serious injury in this situation because the man who has left the game for the Rams is the center. He's involved in that critical snap. Now you have a new man in there, Jeff Reese. He has not snapped the ball to the quarterback in the entire game, and he has not had a chance to practice. So I believe one of the things Hayden did when he came to the sidelines, I don't know if they practiced some snaps just to get the feel. That exchange is so critical down on that goal line. It's 3rd and goal. The ball tickling that goal line, but not quite on it, as the officials started to call a touchdown and then withdrew his hands. It's 3rd and goal. And the Cowboys looking for the big play defensively, and the Rams hoping they can find a crack in the defense and take the lead. The Rams had a tie, but they forsake the field goal for the penalty and 1st and goal. It's 3rd and goal. The Cowboys fans making as much noise as they can. Hayden sets his line. McCutcheon and Phillips. It is Phillips and McCutcheon, and I don't know. Did he get in? They have not said no. Touchdown! Touchdown! A delayed call, but they got in there. McCutcheon behind the block of Rod Phillips. And the Cowboys are furious. They said he did not get in. But somehow under that pile of humanity, the man with the ball, McCutcheon, who seemed to be stopped initially short of the goal line, and apparently he was able to get his feet back in underneath him and wedge his way forward to the goal line. And the Rams have the lead 13-10.
And John Williams, the Rams offensive guard, is so happy he grabbed the football and threw it to the Rams bench.
The replay shows that the Cowboys stopped McCutcheon by the face mask anyway, so he's in there, and now the Rams lead 13-10. A critical try for a point. Both lines are set. The snap, the spot, the kick is up, and the kick is... There's no official to mark it. Good. The one official wasn't back there under the uprights. It does go through. We have a timeout, 14 minutes, 11 seconds left. The Rams 14 and Dallas 10. Okay, Don, what does 9, 12, 3, and 6 add up to?
Well, now that's easy, 30.
Hey, that was your batting average, wasn't it?
Oh, very funny. But anyway, the answer to your question is that 9, 12, 3, and 6 really do add up to 30.
Well, the answer that I was looking for was that 9, 12, 3, and 6 add up to Continental's convenient schedule of wide-body DC-10 flights to Chicago. There's one at 9 a.m., noon, 3, and 6 p.m., plus a late-night departure.
Now, that is easy to remember.
Now, so is this. Most Continental DC-10s to Chicago give our Ram fans the only coach pub in the sky.
Right, and room to relax with friends, electronic pub pong games to play. And here's the kicker. Free popcorn.
Oh, you get the picture.
And so do pub flight passengers. In fact, 2 pictures.
Oh, you mean Continental's exclusive, specially condensed double feature movies.
And it's all at no extra cost.
Hey, when you add it all up, Continental has an easy-to-remember schedule to Chicago, plus the only pub and pictures at no extra cost.
And it's on all Continental DC-10s, excluding Hawaii through flights. Now, what was that you were saying about my batting average again?
Uh-oh.
Okay, only 49 seconds into the 4th quarter. The Rams take the lead 14-10, but this one is far from over, believe me. Tom Dempsey about to tee it up and kick off to the Cowboys, who are seething because they felt that McCutcheon did not get over the goal line for the go-ahead score for the Rams. Back to the play. Here's Dick.
Well, an interesting turn of events on that drive because the Rams did gamble. They threw away a 3 and they got a 7 after Cliff Harris was guilty of running into the field goal kicker Tom Dempsey, who connected on a 25-yarder. Dempsey kicks it off. Johnson and Jensen deep, and he really hit this one. All the way back to Jensen, 2 yards deep, and Jensen will not take it out. Johnson says, that's too good a kick. First down on the touchback at the 20-yard line. McCutcheon scoring from about 2 inches away from the goal line, following Rod Phillips' block. McCutcheon was straightened up. It was a great play by Thomas Henderson, who leaped through the air. One of the Cowboys grabbed McCutcheon by the helmet to pull him back, but McCutcheon, still diving in under the pile, was able to get to the goal line. So it's the Cowboys now 80 yards away from going ahead themselves, 14-10. Each team has led the game twice. Cowboys 3-0, Rams 7-3, Cowboys 10-7, Rams now 14-10. Staubach to throw, he guns it to this side. It's incomplete. Golden Richards wasn't looking for the ball. He had just made his cut, and the pass had already been thrown by Staubach.
Richards, the wide receiver to the right, down a little inside move and then cut to the outside toward the near sidelines in front of the Ram bench. The pass was low and away.
That's the type of route where the receiver actually makes his cut and the ball is thrown before he even looks back. And that time, by time Richards had looked for the ball, it was over his head.
That makes it all the more amazing for those defensive backs. How do they cover a man when they don't know? Because the quarterback hasn't even shown him what direction he's going to throw. Staubach to throw again. Pretty good protection. Now he's hit by Youngblood. He's still on his feet. Larry Brooks wrestles him down at the 8-yard line. Youngblood again went over the top, but he slowed down Staubach enough, and he had Staubach in a protective position, huddling the ball, cradling it into his chest, and that allowed Brooks to dive over a blocker and get him by a jersey and wrestle him down. They gave progress to Staubach, nevertheless, all the way to the 10-yard line. He went down at the 7. Maybe the whistle had blown it dead already at the 10.
Chuck Knox will tell you that's the most critical loss in football. You not only lose ground, but you lose it down.
3rd down 20. The 3rd Ram sack. Make it 4 and 3 for Dallas. Cowboys come out in the shotgun. Staubach will take the snap at his own 5-yard line. He's back into his own end zone to throw. He's looking long. Plenty of time. Throws to the sidelines. Completes to Pearson out of bounds at the 15. Pushed out by Isaiah Robertson. A 5-yard gain, and the Cowboys punting team comes on. So Staubach had plenty of time to look long, but the receivers were well covered. He had to go short to his running back, Preston Pearson. And the Cowboys did a great job of knocking down the Rams' pass rush. They not only didn't get close to Staubach, they all got knocked off their feet that time. So Cullen Bryant and Jim Bertelsen drift back into the Rams' half of the field at the 40. And Danny White will punt from his goal line. Will take the snap from the goal line and kick from the 5. Both lines are set. There's the snap, and White does kick it. A wobbly boot. Bertelsen, fair catch at the Ram 44-yard line. First down, Los Angeles. At that spot, a flag goes down. Don't know what that is about. It was thrown a long time after the play, so you would expect that that's against the Cowboys for premature release by an interior lineman. Usually that flag is not thrown until after the play is over. No, it's a personal foul, clipping against the Rams. Thrown 3 seconds after the play was over, so somebody threw a block on a fair catch for the Rams. Now that is the kind of play that's just a stupid play.
That was Kevin McLean, again a rookie linebacker who was guilty of the infraction or the foul. So, again, the Rams are quite furious about a meaningless foul. However, it pushes the Rams back 15 yards to their own 29.
Well, that's disturbing, and the Rams bench is really upset, but McLean must have been guilty. Instead of great field position at the 44, the Rams have ordinary field position at their own 29. So the penalties have become a very important part of this game, and one wonders how many more are left and how critical they will be in the final outcome. They certainly have figured in this second half tremendously.
So, again, the Rams are quite furious about a meaningless foul. However, it pushes the Rams back 15 yards to their own 29.
Well, that's disturbing, and the Rams bench is really upset, but McLean must have been guilty. Instead of great field position at the 44, the Rams have ordinary field position at their own 29. So the penalties have become a very important part of this game, and one wonders how many more are left and how critical they will be in the final outcome. They certainly have figured in this second half tremendously in the action of both teams. They've been damaging to both sides. Rams use a double wing. Klein and Capoletti right, both wide receivers to the left. Give it to McCutcheon up the middle. Quick hitter across the 30 to the 33. Jethro Pugh, the veteran from Elizabeth City State. Only 20 years old when the Cowboys found him. He's 6'6" and 248. Quite a player. Nicknamed Buzz, that front four of the Cowboys. Interesting nicknames. Ed Jones at 6'9", too tall. Jethro Pugh, Buzz. Larry Cole, because of his looks, they call him Joe Palooka. And Harvey Martin, he's now, used to be called Too Mean. Now he's called the Trapper. Second down, 7 for the Rams. 32.5-yard line, Los Angeles territory. Give it up the middle again to McCutcheon. Breaks one tackle, but he can't get away from the hold of Leroy Jordan. Big play by Jordan. Had McCutcheon eluded Jordan, he had a chance to head upfield for 5 or 10 yards more because the rest of the Cowboys were taken care of. But now, sir, Leroy Jordan hangs on to his man, and it is now 3rd down and 5. So the Rams with the lead, perhaps tempted to play more conservatively and hope that they won't make a mistake and that the defense can do the job. But there's a lot of time left for Staubach. 12 minutes remaining in the game. Capoletti and Bertelsen in the backfield now. Bertelsen the better blocker. replacing McCutcheon. Hayden under center, rolls to his right. He's looking, he's trapped, he's down at the 30-yard line. So the Rams have not thrown the football for a long time. Since Hayden was intercepted back-to-back by Barnes in the third quarter, the Rams have stayed strictly to the run, not wanting to make the mistake. But the problem there is that if you don't move it, you give the other guy the football, and that's when you can score it, and the Cowboys are going to get fairly good position out of this unless Jackson really roots one out of there. There's the snap, and the kick is away. Not a very good kick. Short. Johnson comes up to the 35 to take it. Heads left, reverses back to the right, stops, and he's hit at the 36-yard line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Rams in on the play. Rod Phillips downfield in a hurry. McLean and Eckern. And Jeff Reese, the man who snapped the ball. Cowboys have it. First down at the 36. And these Dallas fans pleading with the Cowboys to score. Timeout. 11:41 left in the game. 14-10 Rams.
Because the offense could not move the ball in that last series. And now it's up to that defensive unit to try to contain Roger Staubach and this explosive Dallas team. Scoreboard shows 11 minutes and 41 seconds to go. The Rams holding tenaciously to a 14-10 advantage here in the fourth and final quarter.
As Staubach brings him out of the huddle, he's 12 for 25 today, under 50%, no touchdowns, and 2 intercepted. His longest game through the air, 22 yards. Drew Pearson to the left, 2 tight ends in there, Donovan and Dupre. Pearson and Newhouse the runners. Play action fake, and Staubach's going to throw. It looks like a screen. He throws it complete to Pearson. He gets out of the way of one man across the 35 to the 40-yard line and tackled on the far side at the 40. The Rams read the screen well, infiltrated the blockers, and it's a short gain. Jack Reynolds made the tackle for Los Angeles. Second down and 6. Rams lead 14-10. We'll keep an eye on the clock for you. 11:15, 11:14, 11:13 left. Out of the huddle, Dallas. Second down and 6 at their own 40-yard line. Drew Pearson right, Golden Richards left. Staubach has not been able to go along. He gives to Newhouse, inside handoff. Good hole. He's at the 45, the 46, and a first down. I believe Newhouse got just enough for the first down as he plowed his way off left guard. Now Newhouse picks up the first down yardage. Very close, but no measurement. And the signal for first down is given. Newhouse running behind a good block by Burton Lawless, the left guard, and in the grasp of Jim Youngblood when he went down at his own 46-yard line. The Cowboys trail the Rams 14-10. 10 minutes, 33 seconds left. Drew Pearson, Mr. Clutch. He's caught only 2 passes today. Dangerous threat, he's to the right. Baxter and an eye. They stay with the 2 tight ends. Pitch it to Pearson, sweeping to the right side. He gets to the 48, and then a picture tackle by Dave Elmendorf. He was down around the knees, clamped them together, picked Pearson up off his feet, and drove him down. Ball spotted at the 48-yard line. Make it closer to the 49. A gain of only 2. Second down and 8 for Dallas. Staubach, since he hurt his hand, has not thrown the dangerous long bomb. He's been basically going to the medium range, and he had a couple of those picked off in the third quarter. Rams looking for the pass. Richards right. Pearson to the left. Oops, a mix-up in the backfield. Newhouse and Pearson both went the wrong way. Here comes the pass. Far side to Pearson, incomplete. Staubach was under a dog, and he had to get rid of it. Even though Pearson was open for a moment, Staubach had no time to really set up and throw. He had to get rid of it right now as Isaiah Robertson and Jack Reynolds came in, while the defensive lineman had a stunt on, and Larry Brooks got to the quarterback as he released it. So it is third down and a short 8 from the Dallas 49-yard line. They gained about a foot on the replacement of the ball. It's right on the 49. Olsen comes out, and the Rams use an extra linebacker. And Mike Fanning is in. Fanning is in for Merlin Olsen, a better pass rusher. A little quicker now, the young man. Out of the shotgun, Staubach takes the snap. Back he goes to throw. Steps up and throws. It is almost intercepted. It is. Who's got it? Monty Jackson intercepted it. Monty Jackson tore it away from the intended receiver, Billy Joe Dupre, down at the 37-yard line. And Jackson shows why he led the NFL in interceptions as he leaped at the last moment and tore it from the grasp of the Dallas receiver. It appeared to be a completion. Jackson came out of nowhere. He leaped in front, and he made what amounted to a one-handed interception. He ripped it free and caught it before he hit the ground, and he took it away from a mighty tough customer, Billy Joe Dupre. The Rams have the ball.
I think every member of the Rams defensive unit came over and patted Jackson on the back, except Youngblood and Dreyer, the two ends who were flat on their faces trying to get to Mr. Staubach. Timeout on the field. Rams football brought to you by Continental Airlines. Continental has 5 non-stops a day from Los Angeles to Denver, 2 of which feature the only coach pub in the sky. So let Continental move its tail for you on their wide-body DC-10 flights to Denver. Scoreboard shows 9:34 remaining. The Rams out in front 14-10, and they have the ball at their own 32-yard line. So another critical situation for the offense to try to generate some yardage and hold on to that ball and run down the clock, and hopefully get another score on the board to put the added pressure on Roger Staubach and the Dallas Cowboys offensive unit. If the Rams win this game, we'll be going down to the locker room to chat with some of the Rams players who were instrumental in the victory. And, of course, as of right now, you'd have to put Monty Jackson in that defensive unit high on the list. Also, Isaiah Robertson had a key interception. And you couldn't ask any more of Pat Hayden. Here's a young guy who's had a very serious knee injury last week, and here he is playing like a pro.
That's for sure, and the only rookie in the playoffs. The Rams come out in a double wing. Let's see if they throw the ball now. They have it first down at their own 37. No, on the ground, and McCutcheon sweeping to the left, falls down over his own blocker, Doug France, at the line of scrimmage to 37. The Rams have played very conservatively since they took the lead, and were playing it conservatively, setting up the field goal. They did not pass in all 3 downs prior to the field goal try. And then, of course, with first and goal, the 3 stayed on the ground. Their last possession, they didn't throw, and they come out running again. And there's so much time left. 9 minutes, 10 seconds left. So the Cowboys are going to get the ball 3 more times. And the Rams like to sustain a drive and get some more points on the board. They lead by only 4. Hayden on 2nd and 10 has Jesse left and Jackson to the right. Backs are split, McCutcheon and Capoletti. It's McCutcheon up the middle. He gets nowhere to the 38-yard line, and that's all. So the Rams, maybe Hayden is hurt, are just not throwing the football. And the Cowboys playing run. Charlie Waters, the strong safety, made the tackle right on the line of scrimmage. The Cowboys now bring in their pass unit. The Rams going to use a quick huddle and try to catch the Cowboys with extra men on the field. And they did. There was an extra man on the field. Hayden throws over the middle. Hayden, Klein can't catch it. There's no flag down. The Cowboys did not get all 11 men off the field. They had 12 men on the field, but they don't call it. And so the Rams in that hurried-up play misfire, and it was a good play by Cliff Harris to knock it away from Bob Klein. The Cowboys changing those 4 men, and the Rams try to come out of the huddle quickly and catch one of them on the field. They did, but it was not called. And it would have been a thin call at that. The man was about 1 step from leaving the sideline. So here comes Jackson to punt. 10 men on the line of scrimmage for the Cowboys. Butch Johnson back. Here's the snap and the kick. A wobbly boot coming down to Johnson. He can return it at the 25. Heads to his right. He's at the 30. He's at the 33, and that is all. So the Cowboys get it back, and the Rams had the ball for only a bit more than a minute. Thomas Henderson throwing a block is injured on the play. Back at the 23 of Dallas. We'll pause. Timeout. 8 minutes and 20 seconds left in the game. The score, the Rams 14, Dallas 10.
Yes, Mr. Burnett.
Marion, on that letter you're typing, be sure JP gets a copy.
Okay.
And about that flight I need, could you make sure I'm on a DC-10?
Sure.
Great. Those wide-body planes are comfortable.
1 DC-10.
Oh, could you make that a flight with the coach pub so I can brush up on my game of pub pong?
Hey, Mr. Olson says he beat you 3 games to 1 last trip.
Well, he flies more than I do.
Oh.
And by the way, I really enjoyed the 2 movies I saw on that flight. Would you make...
That's no problem. They've got double features on every flight.
Thank you.
For specially condensed double feature films and the only coach pub in the sky, there's only one airline to call.
Continental Airlines. Reservations.
I'd like to book a reservation.
Continental Airlines. We really move our sails for you.
Only Continental features specially condensed double feature films to Chicago. Call your company travel department, travel agent, or Continental and ask for pub flights.
Thomas Henderson, the injured Dallas player, but he's up on his feet now and trotting gingerly off the field across the way. And his play resumes here in the 4th and final quarter, and it's now nail-biting time. The Cowboys have it at their own 32.
The Rams have rushed for an average of 2.7. Dallas rushed for a 2.9 average. That's how tough the defenses have been. The Rams have 113 yards to the Dallas Cowboys 70 running.
A fake by Staubach. He's back to throw, and he's looking long. He throws incomplete. Butch Johnson, the intended receiver at the Ram 49, stumbled as he was running his pattern, and that little change in gait dropped him a little low, and by the time he got back up, even though the throw appeared to be there, it was too late to make the catch. Oh, Staubach comes out throwing. The Rams have had the ball for short periods of time, and now it's back pressure on the defense. Those deep backs, Jackson and Perry at the corners, Elmendorf and Simpson at safety. Linebackers Robertson, Reynolds, and Youngblood. The interceptions today by Jackson, by Elmendorf, and by Robertson to stop Dallas. All three interceptions in the Rams half of the field. Double wing formation. Pearson out on the wing. Only Newhouse behind Staubach. Staubach pitches to Newhouse. Sweep to the left. He breaks a tackle, gets to the 35, the 37. A good hard run by Robert Newhouse as he picks up 5 off his own left tackle. Newhouse rushed for 450 yards during the course of the year. The leading rusher for Dallas was Doug Dennison with 542 yards. He has not played today to any extent. Preston Pearson was injured, the starter, and has gone most of the way. He's a good threat both running and receiving. Staubach has carried the ball only twice himself for a couple of yards. We're nearing the halfway point of this fourth quarter. Out of the shotgun, 3rd down and 5. In motion comes Preston Pearson to this side. Staubach takes the snap and drifts back to throw. He looks, he throws to this side. Incomplete. Intended for Preston Pearson at the 43. The pass was low, but there was a good reason for it. Youngblood was burying Staubach back of the 25-yard line. The Cowboys, unable to move the ball, will have to punt it away. And the Rams must be alert on each of these punt situations that they cover Danny White, who can run or can throw the ball. And Landry has a wonderful mixture of clever plays that he'll lean on. Cullen Bryant and Jim Bertelsen, the tandem back at the Ram 20. White will take the snap at the 22. The Rams look as if they're just going to make sure that White punts it. He takes plenty of time and now kicks it away. A high kick should be a fair catch, and Bertelsen calls for the fair catch at the 32 of Los Angeles. So the Rams put it in play there. Pat Thomas and Mike Hegman, a little rooster scramble across the way. They do a little extra bumping, but nothing serious. Make that Thomas Henderson and not Hegman. 7 minutes and 21 seconds left in the game, and the Rams have the football again. They lead 14-10. There was an ineligible man downfield, and the Rams, of course, declined that. Anytime a punter like White waits as long as he did, you're bound to get somebody a little eager to get downfield, and someone did release too soon. The Rams figure they're going to have about field position where they want it now at the 33. 7:21 left. The Rams have not really moved the ball that well in this second half, but they have the only score, a touchdown, and lead 14-10. Jackson left, Jesse right. Hayden, a play-action fake, rolls to his left. Plants, throws, Jackson open, complete at the 50. It'll be a first down for the Rams. They'll mark it at the Ram 49-yard line. As Jackson, curling back to meet the ball, was hit by Cliff Harris. Harold Jackson has had a big day for the Rams. He has been the top offensive player on the field. That is at least 6 catches for Jackson, and he's around 120 yards. First down at the 49. So the Rams open it up a bit. They lead 14-10 with less than 7 minutes remaining in the game. Jesse slotted left with Jackson wide left. Klein anchors down the right side of the line. A wide split of the backs as Hayden barks them out. He gives it inside to Capoletti to the 50, and that's all. 1 yard as Capoletti tried to dive straight ahead off his own right guard. And right there was Harvey, Martin, Leroy Jordan, Charlie Waters. It's second down and 9. The clock running. 6:29, 6:28. Oh, who's going to need that ball in the time in the final 2 minutes? It's going to be tough for overtime. At one time, it figured that might be a factor, but the Rams ahead 14-10. Jackson left, Jesse right. Baxter and I with 6:12 remaining in the game. Hayden needs 9 for a first down. Hayden, play action fake. Back he goes. Looks. He throws down the middle. Intercepted by Waters at the 35. He's at the 40. He's at the 42, the 43, the 44. There it is. The turnover for Dallas. Waters was laying back, and Hayden didn't see him. He threw the ball over the middle, and Waters jumped in front of it, an easy interception. So the interceptions are now even. 3 apiece. Can the Cowboys capitalize? Hayden throwing that ball down the middle, and he had a man open, Jesse, but Waters in front of Jesse made the interception. 7 turnovers in the game. 4 by Dallas, 3 by the Rams. Listen to these Cowboy fans. The ball at the 44-yard line. 5 minutes and 57 seconds left. Is that the big play for the Cowboys? Handed off to Newhouse. Tries his right tackle, and he's knocked down at the 45-yard line on a good defensive play by Fred Dreyer. No, it's Jack Youngblood. Jack Youngblood holding his ground, the defensive end. Ball marked just across the 45. Second down and a short 9 for the Cowboys with 5:38 remaining, and the clock is running.
And the Ram defense continues to be magnificent. They have done everything you could possibly ask.
Rams 14, Dallas 10. We're in the final minutes of the game. Playoff action in Texas Stadium. Backs are split behind Staubach. Back he goes to throw. Good protection. Throws to this side. Open Newhouse. 45, 40, first down. Reynolds made the tackle for the Rams along with Jim Youngblood. But Robert Newhouse, not used that often as a pass receiver, was wide open on the right side. Staubach hit him, and Newhouse put his head down and fought to the Ram 40. First down for Dallas. Less than 5 minutes remaining in the game. The Rams 14, Dallas 10. The Cowboys need more than a field goal. 16-yard pass play. Staubach asked the crowd to quiet. 4:45 left. Staubach sets his line. Pearson and Newhouse split behind him. Bring Drew Pearson in motion from the inside. They give us to Preston Pearson, hit in the backfield, and down he goes for a loss at the 42-yard line. Rams read that play well. Jack Reynolds, Hacksaw, and Larry Brooks teamed up on the tackle. Clock continues to run. 4:24, 4:23 left.
Rams football brought to you by Chevrolet's Vega. You know, driving a Chevy Vega is really a surprising and marvelous experience. You can't believe the comfort and appointments. Bucket seats, disc brakes, 4-speed transmission, and much more. Check it out at your Chevy dealer. Chevrolet's Vega. You'll like it.
Down to the 4-minute mark as Staubach comes out of the huddle. 8 seconds left on the 30-second clock. It is second down and 11 from the Ram 41. Staubach retreats to throw. He steps up in the cup, gets away from the pressure, going to scramble. 45, 40, he's at the 33-yard line. He's just short of the first down as he's hit hard by Reynolds and Jim Youngblood. Well spotted at the 32-yard line where it'll be third down and 2 for Dallas. 3:39 left. Staubach dropped back, got away from Youngblood, who had a hand on him, and for the first time, Staubach scrambles for good yardage, then went into his hook slide. At the 32, third down and 2. 3 minutes and 25 seconds left in the game. And we come down to all the drama that you would want in a playoff game. Rams lead by 4. The Cowboys trying to get the lead back. Staubach asked the crowd to quiet. 3:12 left. Both wide receivers to the left. In motion to this side comes Preston Pearson out of the backfield. Staubach a long count. Takes the snap. Guns the ball. Incomplete to Preston Pearson at the 30-yard line. And right on him was Dave Elmendorf. Good coverage by the Rams. So it is fourth down and 2. What do you do if you're Landry? Do you go for the field goal, hope you get the ball back again, and kick another field goal, or do you play it all right here? He's going to play all his cards right here. It is fourth down and 2 at the 32-yard line. As we told you earlier, Herrera's longest field goal this year is 46. If they kicked one from here, it would be 49. So Landry plays his card now. The Rams defense with a chance perhaps to win it right here. Fourth and 2 at the 32. Staubach has Billy Joe Dupree split right. Both wide receivers to the left. Too much time, I believe, on the Cowboys. Or is it timeout on the Cowboys? It is a timeout called by Staubach. He may have just hoped that he could use a long count and draw the Rams offside. He did not. 3:03 left in the game. A timeout with a score. Rams 14, Dallas 10.
Hello there, California. Right now, there's a super double bonus on new Chevy Chevette.
Now, you may say you've heard it all before, but you haven't. Because right now, there's a double opportunity to save a whole lot of money.
Numero uno, Chevrolet is giving a $200 cash bonus to anyone and everyone who buys a new Chevy Chevette from stock by January 10th, 1977.
You heard right, a $200 cash bonus direct from Chevrolet.
Yeah, but that's not the only deal, amigos.
Because with every new 77 Chevette, you also get, oh, so much.
A whole package of extra equipment that normally lists on the price sticker at $195. Manufacturer's suggested retail prices now lists for $0. Zip. Nothing.
Now, that's extra nice, California. And it's all at your Chevy dealer. Just ask for the Chevette double bonus.
But do it now.
Well, let's see. The Rams and Cowboys went to camp about the first week or two in July. They've played 6 preseason games, 20 games total with the regular season, and it might boil down to one play right now. One play will determine who loses and who wins.
Cowboys need 2 yards to get a first down or they give up the football. It's 4th and 2 at the Ram 32. Staubach has his back split. He's going to pass for it. He plants. He throws. It is knocked down by Isaiah Robertson. Robertson bats it down. He almost intercepted the ball, and the Rams have the football. Robertson, one of the many defensive stars for Los Angeles, on a similar play, he intercepted Staubach down at the Ram 5-yard line in the third quarter. He had Preston Pearson covered out of the backfield, and the Rams have the football. 2:59 left in the game, and now Coach Chuck Knox would love nothing better than a long, sustained ground game. There'll be a 2-minute timeout. The Cowboys, remember, have used one of their timeouts. They just used one, so they have only 2 to stop the clock. And the Rams now will try to run it out. Up to those guys up front to open some holes. Capoletti comes up on a wing on the left side. McCutcheon, the only man in the backfield. Hayden gives it to McCutcheon. Sweep to the left at the 30. Trying to get outside. He gets to the 35, and he's slammed down by Brunig and Gregory at the 36-yard line. And the clock is running. 2:50, 2:49, 2:48. Of course, the clock stops, out of bounds, incomplete pass, and on change of possession, and the 1 extra timeout, the 2-minute timeout, as well as an official team timeout. Rams have it second down at their own 36-yard line as they break huddle. Time has been called by the referee Silva. Do not know why. The 30-second clock is at 20 seconds as the Rams were breaking huddle. And apparently an injury to Cliff Harris, who goes off the field under his own power. You got to watch how really seriously injured he is, or whether the Cowboys are using that to stop the clock. He didn't appear to be badly wounded. I'll bet he's in on the next play. Now the Rams, if they are wise, they will just take their time and the clock should start. All right, now they break huddle, and the Rams have a full 30 seconds. If Hayden is smart, he's got that clock right in front of him. He'll use a long count and let that clock run away. 2:23 remaining. Hayden does use a long count. Takes the snap. Give to Capoletti up the middle. They're tackling the ball, and Capoletti drives to the 39-yard line. He's 3 yards short of the first down. And with 2:14 left, will Dallas use one of its timeouts right here? Otherwise, it'll click down to the 2-minute warning. 3rd down and 3. 2:06, 2:05, 2:04. What a ball game. The Rams lead 14-10. And now Dallas calls time. With 2:02 left, they use their second timeout. They have 1 remaining. So the Cowboys are going to use the timeout here. If they stop the Rams, then they get the 2-minute timeout, and then they get the timeout on change of possession. So that is the thinking of Landry, that they'll get the ball with plenty of time left, although they have only 1 timeout left, if they can stop the Rams on 3rd and 3. The Rams denied the Cowboys on 4th and 2. So just as that was a big play from the Ram defense, so is that doomsday defense of the Dallas Cowboys now called upon to make the play to give Staubach on the offense the ball back. The Rams need 3. They have to get past the 42-yard line. The ball is just beyond the 39 on 3rd and 3.
Not only is the Dallas Brain Trust working over across the way, but right down in front of us, Ken Meyer, Chuck Knox, Ray Malavasi, Dwight Scales, James Harris, Pat Hayden, all have their heads together trying to figure out what kind of a play to call now. This is another critical situation for the Rams as they have a 3rd and about 2.5 at the 39-yard line. Hayden trots back onto the field and ducks his head into the huddle.
As Hayden was talking with Knox, Leroy Jordan, the defensive captain of the Cowboys, huddling with Tom Landry, the 6th all-time winningest coach in his 17th year now with Dallas with 137 wins. It's 3rd and 3 at the 39 of the Rams. Both wide receivers to the right. Hayden pitches to McCutcheon, sweeping to the left. He's knocked down at the 41-yard line. He didn't make it. The play was made by Leroy Jordan. So the veteran Jordan comes through again for Dallas. The Cowboys are going to get the ball. There's the 2-minute timeout. And that running play, believe it or not, took 3 seconds. A 3-second running play, and that's tough to do on a sweep to the left. So the Cowboys, on the 2-minute timeout, will now have it stopped again as soon as the Rams punt the ball. And on change of possession, the Cowboys will indeed have more than adequate time to generate one more chance at victory. The 2-minute warning has been given. We call timeout with a score. Rams 14, Dallas 10.
4th and 1. Rusty Jackson to punt for the Rams, and the Cowboys are coming. They've blocked one punt already.
And he hasn't kicked well since that first time.
Good snap this time. Here they come. They got another one. Blocked by Waters. And out of bounds at the 18. The second punt blocked by Charlie Waters.
The stadium is shaking.
Cowboys football at the Los Angeles 17. Watch it again.
If they score and win this football game, number 41 has got to get this game ball.
Charlie Waters, look at it again.
From the left of your screen, the man from Clemson.
And they'll chase it out of bounds at the 17 where Dallas takes over. The score, Los Angeles 14, Dallas 10. Less than 2 minutes left to play. Roger Staubach to throw. In the corner intended for Butch Johnson. No, incomplete. He did not get the feet down.
Butch Johnson at 6'3", runs a heck of a pattern. Watch Roger, who really guns it. He's got to throw it right on the outside line and hope Butch can get the feet down. The catch.
One heck of a catch.
Oh,
so close. 1 foot was down, one was not. A great effort anyway. It'll be 2nd and 10. Again, Staubach goes back and fires. This one out of the reach of Pearson. Isaiah Robertson was close. That was not a good pass.
Roger went sidearm. He has thrown 35 times today. 3 interceptions, 14 completions, and he only wants 1 somewhere over the double stripe. He's not alone.
And it brings up a 3rd down situation. The clock stopped with 1 minute and 42 seconds left to play. The Rams lead is 4 points, 14 to 10. Quarterback drops the pass and fires for Pearson, overthrowing. Rod Perry back there on the coverage. And now it comes down to one more big play, and that's what the Ram players are saying in front of their bench, signaling to the defense, one more play.
Roger really gunned that. Early in the game he was tight, and he really aired that out. Tom Landry can't throw it.
He has called the play. The Cowboys look on, and Tom paces up and down in front of the bench. 4th and 10. 1 minute 37 left to play. Again he drops. Dupree held on. I don't know if it's enough for a first down or not.
It's going to be close.
It is going to be awfully close. The Rams are saying it is not.
The tackle was a vicious one on a very, very big receiver, and I don't know who made it or if Dallas made it.
They're going to have to measure. That's how close this season is. And they're saying, get away. Give us room so we can. Talk about your game of inches. Here's the measurement. Move away, please. No. Billy Joe Dupree made a heck of a catch. But he was hit as soon as he caught it. That is Pat Hayden getting instructions. Tom Landry.
He's a class operator. The expression never changed. Chuck Knox giving a cram session to a Rhodes Scholar.
1 minute 29 left in this football game. The Cowboys still have 1 timeout left. The Rams have 2. They got the break they needed and couldn't score against that Ram defense. Clock won't start until they snap it. Cappelletti. And let's see what the Cowboys do. They take their one timeout.
The Ram defense coming into this game allowed 4 touchdowns the last 4 games, and the Cowboys have only scored once.
They've done a heck of a job. Timeouts left. The first one's not important. The other one is. None for Dallas. Second down. Cappelletti broke a couple of tackles, and now down he goes. And he's complaining to the referee about something.
Somebody took a late shot trying to get the ball. The Cowboys are coming over the top right now. There is no longer a tomorrow.
The clock still runs. They might get one more offensive chance. It depends on how long the Rams take.
I keep thinking about the second game of the season when Minnesota and the Rams played to a 10-all tie and went into sudden death and couldn't decide it then.
There are 10 seconds, now 9 left on that 30-second clock. That's the time before they have to snap it. They almost ran it all the way down, and Cappelletti is stopped, and they'll unstack. 40 seconds left. The clock's still running. I think they'll try to punt or run another play. We had a situation like this in the Super Bowl at the end of the game last year. They will punt. They'll send in the punting team.
My gosh, Rusty Jackson is facing the big play, and he's had 2 punts blocked.
Keep in mind on a change of possession, clock is still running. Still running. Dallas might get one more offensive play. 5 seconds. And now they have taken too much time. So the clock will stop with 4 seconds to go.
How about the snap if you have to center it back to a punter in the end zone who's had 2 that were simply thuds?
A lot of pressure.
Young man from Mobile. That's where he lives now, born in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Rusty Jackson, just want to see you put your hands out and take the ball and see if there's any nervousness or strain.
Now the center is a rookie. Geoff Reese to snap. And it's a good... Jackson's going to concede a safety. Clock shows no time, and that is it.
Pretty cagey play by number 9, who spiked it.
He ran to the corner of the end zone, and so that's the final score. The Rams 14, the Cowboys 12, and the Rams will go to Minnesota. There is Ram owner Carol Rosenblum. Very emotional, as you would figure. Behind him, Don Klosterman, the general manager. The Rams go to the championship, 14-12 over Dallas.